Yo, it wouldn't be a Player's Choice show if we weren't late. Significantly late today. But you know what? We were trying to figure some stuff out over here, and we're still trying to technically figure some stuff out. And hopefully he figures it out because your boy is back. Well, not back right now, but somewhat back. What's good, chat? What's good, fellas? We got a packed house up here today.
God bless.
Ron,
What's good, chat? What's good, fellas?
how was last night?
Last night was amazing.
What'd you do?
Just came on as a dub host. That's it. I learned from JD and Mars, and we got the job done on the J Will show without J Will.
Oh yeah.
Without J Will is elite.
Yeah, no J Will, no Shaq, no Dale, but we made it happen.
Fire.
So fire. Dell?
Dub, what did you just say? God bless?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, bless God.
Oh my god. Euro?
I went to a concert last night. It was mid.
Mid?
Who concert was it?
Leon Bridges.
Leon Bridges.
Yeah.
Yo, it's kind of crazy how you had tweeted about Jid, because I never heard of him in my life, right? So
What?
ever. So
What?
I'm watching Joe Budden podcast, and after they did the review of the Jay-Z verse, and they brought up, you gotta listen to this album, went right away from start to finish. His latest, that joint, just, I'm driving, it's vibing, like he's saying some stuff, it's just flowing. But the best album I heard this year so far is either Kendrick came out this year or last year.
This year.
It's either Kendrick or Joey Badass.
Yeah. Bro, listen to More Black Superheroes by Westside Boogie. That joint
okay.
nice too.
Oh, I know.
It's different. It's like real
right
LA.
now.
It's like real LA, vibe or whatever. And it's like, relationship rap or whatever, I think.
Yeah.
But it's like ratchet, you know what I mean? Like toxic, like going back and forth or whatever, but it's fire though, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That Joey Badass though.
Larry June, bro. That new Larry June is fire too.
I don't know
we
who
talked
that
about
is
that
either.
last time.
Yeah, I heard y'all say that, but I didn't know who that is either.
Yeah, I'm heavy on the West Coast right now for whatever reason.
I watched the Tim Donaghy documentary last night. Have you guys seen it?
Only Untold. I didn't watch that. Only Untold story I seen was Manti Te'o.
Okay, I haven't watched it yet.
That's it's not comedy, but it is comedy.
I gotta watch it.
I know. I felt terrible, bro.
No, it's
like,
comedy, but I'm looking at it. I'm like, it had to happen to him just on his faith, his belief, anything he was going through. How it was just it was. It was
just
crazy.
thought that was.
I wonder how much Netflix paid him.
He got a nice bag.
He had to.
Hopefully. I mean, he deserves everything coming his way, and it's still not enough because he was left out of millions, hundreds of millions, maybe. Like it's just crazy. And the type of person that he is, a small town in Hawaii, somewhere on the north coast of the island or whatever. Like you just know that all the money that he would have made, he would have invested in that community. You know what I mean? So all the people that lost out of that or whatever. I mean, maybe that's assuming too much, but just by the way that he's always been about selflessness and trying to do something for other people. And like you said, Dale, all of that brings a little bit of naivete with it. And of course, now because of that, he got caught up.
Did you watch it?
Hell yeah, I watched it.
Okay, because I don't want to reveal the new change in the, in the
story,
in the story, because.
Oh yeah.
I
gotta watch it.
I just thought it was crazy how they made him, or excuse me, yeah. I mean, I don't want to spoil it, so I don't. I do want to be politically correct, but I don't want to spoil it for JD.
Right.
So I guess I can't be politically correct about it. But anyway, I felt
JD wants to know right now. He got the smile on. Just tell me.
I don't know.
Okay, you know what? I'm gonna just be politically correct, and JD will figure it out. So
right.
I don't like that they made her super human. Well, I mean, of course, it's a human person, but what I'm saying is
right.
They humanize.
It's sympathetic for her. sympathetic for her. Yeah,
bro.
yeah,
You literally like it's so wild to me, bro. And it's like they played like soft music and all this shit. It's like trying to make you empathize for this person. I'm just like, bro, this is crazy. Like literally crazy.
Yeah.
But whatever.
I was crying at some of the stuff that I was tears was coming down my eyes, bro. Like it was just like what am I watching, bro? It was
I just felt bad from top to bottom. It was crazy to me.
I only seen the first part and I fell asleep. Like the shit was really crazy. But what was crazier to me was kind of just the nostalgia going back in that moment because we lived right through it. I'm like, I forgot how dominant Manti was. I forgot how dope Notre Dame was at that time. And
but this is only 2012, bro.
Yeah, no,
that's right. You know what I'm saying? Like that's right. That's not.
No, for sure.
Oh, that's 10 years ago, bro.
Yeah,
but you gotta understand. Every year something crazy happens, so it waters down that moment.
Yeah, that's true.
Until you go back and see it. It's
so wait, y'all really watched the doc? I didn't really feel like watching doc since I lived through it, honestly.
What? I even watched the Malice in the Palace, and I remember that yesterday. And that doc was OD.
Even when you live through something, you don't have all the details and all the
Man,
I didn't know nothing about Manti Te'o because, like, to me, it was.
I remember the time, but I didn't know all of this.
It was so confusing to me. I was just like, okay, he got catfished. This is before we even
the first
knew what
catfish ever, right?
Yeah, it was the first catfish ever, right? And so you watching it, you like, what?
He told her everything, like literally. Everything, bro.
No, that part you knew, JD.
Okay,
that's not nothing. Yeah, that's not.
I thought he was about to dive in.
He's
no.
So anyway, I watched that Tim Donaghy documentary last night. My power somehow cut out in like the last probably 20 minutes left, so I still got to finish it. But at the beginning, the dude's childhood friend or like high school buddy, whatever, the guy starts his interview with he was out on the playground and a bird shit on a pole. And he thought to himself, I should lick this bird shit.
Oh.
And so he said he goes and licks the bird shit. And he said, I had an out-of-body experience, or I felt like I had an out-of-body experience. And then essentially what he said, I don't remember word for word, but essentially what he said was like, from that point on, I knew I wanted to do bad things. Like,
what, that was on the doc?
That's probably just like a.
That is the weirdest thing I've ever heard in my life.
In high school, it
was probably when he was like in elementary school. Bro, if it was in high school, that's crazy. But I don't think it was high school. I'm just saying they were like high school buddies. But
that was a catfish.
No. This is a Tim Donaghy documentary. He was just talking about how he started kind of getting into like mischief, and that was his beginning. I was like, damn, you should have started with a different story, brother.
Yeah, now y'all better stay away from bird shit.
Yeah, for real.
I know. There's a friend. They're older. There's friends of mine. They played Fear Factor growing up, and you ever play? Fear Factor? The TV show on MTV.
Yeah. With Joe Rogan used to host it.
It got so extreme that one of the challenges was playing patty cake with shit.
Oh,
they were really doing it. Bro, it wasn't me, but bro, that was the funniest thing I've heard. I never looked at my friend the same, bro, when I found out about him. Never.
You never dapped him up ever since?
Never in my life. I love him to death. I would never touch his dirty ass hands though.
No. Oh my God. Oh, what else is going on? I kind of want to just chat before we get into this basketball stuff, bros. I feel like we haven't had everyone up here in like a month.
Yeah, let's do a group therapy session. How's everybody? How's life?
I have allergies. Do you have any cure for that?
Dang, at the end of summer, your allergies are hitting?
I have weird allergies. So my closet was in a mess. It's like a tornado hit it. Or somebody cleaned my closet. So I would walk in my closet upstairs and just like take shorts and be like, all right, doop, doop. Doop, 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 drop it everywhere. So 3 days ago, I went in and cleaned my closet, and I'm gonna have to climb over clothes and basketball shorts and all clean stuff, and it was just congested in it. It stirred my allergy up. Yeah, the dust just stirred my allergy up. Now I'm here.
That's not weird though. That happens all the time.
It's weird because I know where it started from. It's like I did it to myself.
No, it happens, bro. Especially when you're cleaning, bro.
Yeah, you should have seen my closet. I wish I took a picture. But now it's like I could sleep in it.
Hold on. All right, we have to address this really quick. So Rufus said, "Yo, Dell, just so you know, I showed up ready for the smoke, adjust the schedule and everything. I'm on the Kareem Report tonight at 9:30 p.m. You're welcome to join us." So just to clear this up, Ron apparently told Rufus to come on the show today, but Ron didn't tell anyone else. And we had
I actually told Ron to tell Rufus, like, hey, my exact word, I think I was like, hey, where's Uncle Rufus or Mr. Rufus? I love him on the show. Tell him I want to see him tomorrow. And I don't know, smoke and all this stuff, but yeah, I would have loved to have you. I just had to say something about your frontologist, if you're listening. I love it. I got great reviews from my doctor post. Whoever created that, you're a genius. And I believe everyone that debates basketball, look at me. I believe everyone that debate basketball and have a hard stance on what they believe in can possibly be frontologists. That's my stance. Because if you don't agree with me,
what's a hard stance? What's a hard stance on basketball that doesn't get you the frontology?
I don't know, because basically I'm a frontologist because I say what I believe in and people think I'm frying, or I'm just, you know what I'm saying? So that's what I am. So it's some stuff that you can say, like when you be like, Kareem's the GOAT, right? No, that's not a hard stand, but people could be like, bro, stop front. There's no way you can have Kareem over these players, or whatever the case may be. Or whatever, whoever believe in. I don't know, Dub, what's your hard stance? And this is Ron. This is for Ron.
George.
Okay, this is for Ron and whoever was talking about this last night. What were they saying? Because I saw it I might have seen it in our chat. How was Jimmy Butler better than Kevin Durant? Like what?
Whoa!
It's like how do I miss these conversations and then I get upset? It's like y'all poke at me.
You missed an incredible segment. It's really a GOAT segment. So we went through the whole. I don't think
anything with that can't be a GOAT segment.
Nah, because I'm talking about the whole segment. That was just a snippet of it. Because
so what was Rufus there?
Yeah, Rufus was there.
Was he calling ticket and was Fluent? Was it ticket and Fluent? Who was it saying that Jimmy's better?
It was so ticket. Initially, I got Fluent's top 5, and he had LeBron as his fifth best player in the league.
Okay, and who was his other four?
Ticket went crazy. Oh, you better not have LeBron. You better not have LeBron. And he said LeBron. And then Ticket did his top 5. As his 5th best player, he said that Jimmy Butler was the 5th best player. Why? Because Jimmy Butler led his team to the championship. He was a shot away from going to the finals last year, and whoopty, yada yada. And so
all the prisoner of the moment stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so it's Ticket going back and forth with Chill and Rufus about why Jimmy Butler is top 5.
Normal Ticket against the room. Normal.
And then it was just kind of just that Ticket defending Jimmy Butler. And then so I did a Jimmy Butler versus the field. And I mean, it got to Jason Tatum. Everybody kind of had to say no. Jason's better than Jimmy because he beat Jimmy. If this is your logic, and if we're being prisoner of the moments, and then it eventually got to the last person that I compared Jimmy to was Kevin Durant, and obviously everybody was like, no, hell no. And then I called on Ticket last, and Ticket was like, he just paused for a second, and you just knew it was about to get nasty, and he was like, hell yeah, yada yada yada, and then just went on his Ticket rant, his normal Ticket, antics, and then that was just kind of that.
So shout out to Hoops Hotel. He's the one who made that chief frontologist graphic. We all loved it. It was fire. Cammy sent a super chat, said LD forgot how to start the show up, falling off like Drake, Hawks and 4. I didn't forget how to start the show up. We were waiting on your guys' favorite person, and shit was hitting the fan. So my bad. Go ahead, Dub.
I would like to know if we could do another Del Rowe, Ron Rascals, Jade Disciples, Euro, Hezzy Henchman, like do another
head count.
I think we need another head count since we're how many people are in the Discord now?
Almost 1,700.
I think we're gonna need another one to see who's on top.
I can give that to you in 2 seconds. So anyway, just to clear up the Elder Rufus stuff, we love Elder Rufus. We're definitely going to get him back on a show. We'll get him on a full show. And making sure that Dell is making that show as well, so that we can have the Dell and Rufus show. It will be fire.
What's the invitation tonight that he said I could?
Oh, I think he said the Kareem Report, 9:30 p.m. I think it's another YouTube channel. They debate sports, I believe. I think I've seen
Rufus,
it on my
If Dale can't make the Kareem Report, send me the invitation.
Hey, yo.
I gotta talk to human. I gotta talk to HR.
Yo, wait. Is this really Shaq right here? The McKissics? You see it?
Yeah, he's right there.
That's really Shaq?
Yes.
That's fire.
All right, so here is the count in Discord. Martian sitting at 66.
Holy
Delro
shit.
at 71. Doubaholics 29.
Aw.
Euro Steppers 22. Jay's Disciples 47. Ron's Dawns 19. And Shaq Army still holding strong, carrying the Discord at 84.
That's fire.
That's not bad.
Good
Dub
job.
sad. Dub thought he had more people on his side.
Yeah, I did. You know what it was? Because anytime when I pull up in Discord, I see more people like with my little logo, so I thought it was gonna be more than that.
Half the people that are doubleaholics, they're probably on flop take right now. So.
They're on what?
If you make terrible takes, you get a new role called flop take, and there's like half the Discord is in there right now.
I'm not gonna lie though. I mean, according to honestly, bro, everybody could be in a flop take because everybody said up here says some shit off the wall.
You should be in permanent flop take. Elder Rufus sent a 20-piece, said, much love, PC. I prefer talk over debate, but I duck no smoke. Salute, fam. Few announcements. Discord, obviously. If you guys are not in the Discord, you guys need to get in there. 24/7 debates, just talking anything from basketball, football, music, literally anything and everything. It's going all the time, all day. YouTube, we just hit 23,000 subscribers. So if you have not subscribed to the channel, make sure you subscribe and also click that notification bell, man. Make sure you get notified anytime we drop content. We are increasing all the content across the board, man. We're trying to give you as much as possible. So make sure you like, comment, subscribe, turn on the notification bell, do all the things. Regulars and elite members. Yo, 41 regular and elite members across the board. This is crazy. Yo, Mars, your mic is... Oh, it's not Mars. Who is it? Oh, it's Euro. Regular and elite members of the Players Choice YouTube channel. Shout out Dorian Clayton, Sacred Gaming, Grande Jones, Broctopus, James Daniels, Notorious Divine, Jordan Lembeck. Hello, Lembeck. Kieran Woname, Q, Scabaldi, J-Rock, 123, Lieben Ali, Supreme J, Alex Cammy, Tim Wogerin, Tano Bolton, Avi, Ali, Gabs, Christian, Sergio, Jonathan Boyd, number 9, Cobean, Uncle Tito, Rio, Max Sauce, Josh P23, Elder Rufus, Nick T, Devin Mabry, HZZ9, Bait, K-Dog, Odd Malik, Chigars, Underworld, MC Robinson, Kenya White, Big Meats, James Goz, 123, and King J. We're going to have to figure out at what point is too many, but I mean, I guess there's never enough members. Fire. Modog, Super Chat. Mars is the Andrew Tate of basketball discussions. Wow.
I don't even know if that's meant to be a good thing or a bad thing. I'm just gonna say okay.
It's a good thing, Mars.
Sure.
Eric Dupree said Ticket had Jimmy. Ticket had Jimmy. Had KD all time. Over KD, I think.
Ahead, I'm assuming.
Got you. I think Butler's underrated. But if KD is 27 on his list, that would mean he has Jimmy in his top 25 all time.
That's a good point.
Or at 26.
That's a terrible point.
No, it's a terrible point, but it's a good point that if KD's 27,
no, because
means...
all time and right now is two different things.
Oh yeah, true.
People are idiots.
What else do we have on announcements? Oh, we're good on announcements. We could get into the show unless, Dub, you have any stories for us?
No, you don't want to hear it.
Yeah, we don't want to hear it. Okay. Starting with a fun fact here, LeBron James now been an active NBA player for more than half of his life. He was born on December 30th, 84. NBA debut was 10/29/03, 6,878 days. Or that, yeah. Oh yeah, from birth. So NBA debut 10/29/03 today. This was 2 days ago. 8/29/2022, 6,880 days. That's pretty nuts.
It's cool.
How long is LeBron going to be in the NBA till he's 50?
You want to know something though? I was actually thinking about this the other day. You know how when we was talking about Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and how he digressed to a second and third option role later on to his career? No cap, LeBron could really play till how is LeBron like 38 right now?
37.
30,
Turns
bro,
38.
LeBron could really play till he's like 45, 46 if he just starts taking on a second or third option role and still be a good role player in the league. Like that dude could damn near hit 50, bro, if we being real. I mean, he's 38 right now.
I don't want to watch a 45-year-old LeBron in the
You
NBA.
said Bron could play until he's 50?
I think there's a strong possibility if he begins taking a lesser and lesser role, bro, that could very well be a possibility, son.
Are you done this?
And hold on, are you so basically you're attesting this to being that Kareem took a lesser role and then he played 22 years. So if Bron take a lesser role, it's gonna add more mileage to his body. Is that what you're saying?
I'm saying that if LeBron takes a lesser role, it's gonna add more mileage to his body because right now he's 38 and still arguably top 5, top 3 player in the league. Let's say 3 or 4 years down the road, he starts becoming, a second option to AD or maybe even a third option. That prolongs his career. So he really could make it, bro, if we being real.
We're not being real. Are you guys hearing this? So let Dub say this bullshit, and we're just gonna sit here.
I have no belief.
I'm waiting for you guys to respond.
I mean, what do you have to say? What you going to have to say to rebuttal that? There's nothing you can say.
Dub, 50 is ridiculous. Dub, 50 is ridiculous. Like I would say maybe 5 years, maybe 5 years, and that's
said
even
45 as well. That's come on, guys. Come on, like
for sure make it 45, bro.
So Bron's playing 8 more years in the NBA.
I think Bron could.
So you think LeBron is playing this whole decade?
Sure. Okay. If he keeps taking on a role,
so is double frontologist Rufus is double frontologist. Is that how it works?
Man, it's not frontology if I'm speaking.
I don't think it is. I don't. It's just your feelings, but I'm just saying, is that how it works?
I mean, you gotta think about it. The modern day medicine,
that's my new favorite word.
Modern day medicine, the way he takes care of his body, he really hasn't had a crazy injury in his whole life. If this guy just keeps on taking lesser roles and lesser roles, bro, there's no reason to doubt that he can make it to 45, bro.
You said 50.
No, it doesn't even matter.
Max is 50 to me. I said
okay, Max. Okay, 45.
50 let's stop the question. We don't even need to be bringing up 50 at all.
Let's stay at 45. Dub, let's say Bron in a quote unquote lesser role. But LeBron James is the type of NBA player that like he views his legacy as something. Like he looks at his legacy. So if LeBron James can't be LeBron James in terms of like what he's producing right now, win or lose, how the stats look, he's not going to be playing.
That's the only thing. Like,
okay,
point right there, that's the only reason why I think that.
No, but even so, let's say he do take a lesser role, bro. So basically, he has to be like what Udonis Haslam is the last 3 years. Is just sit down.
Nah, he'll be.
And that's not adding years. That's just okay. Oh yeah, exactly. He's better. So he's also better than Kareem Abdul-Jabbar at the fact that he didn't have to take a lesser role to put mileage on his body. He was just better at basketball than him. If Kareem could have stayed at the level he was at and still played the same amount of years, you don't think he would have? You think they just knocked on the door like, hey, Kareem, hey guys, I want to play longer, so I'm gonna take a lesser role. No, your game.
So what year is LeBron in?
20.
Going into
20. And then what year did Kareem retire? 22, right?
22.
But you got to put context in it, though. Kareem was 41. Kareem was 41 when he retired.
And Kareem went to college as well. Kareem went to college as well, right?
For 4 years.
At year 20, Kareem was somewhat digressing, correct?
Right.
Kareem played 20 seasons.
So LeBron hasn't.
It wasn't 22. It wasn't 22. Oh, it was only 20. He retired after his 20. I thought it was 22.
Yeah, so LeBron at year 20 right now, he really hasn't shown no signs. Honestly, bro, I haven't seen any signs of LeBron slowing down.
Dub, you have to add the college years to Kareem.
Okay, then he's 38, 20 years, bro. LeBron is still a top 5 or still a top 3 player in today's league, bro. There's no reason for me to be like he could still have 2 more top 5 years, and then the rest of the years just being above average or a really good role player, bro. That's the way I'm looking at it.
But who wants to see role player LeBron?
That's not the point, bro.
No,
the
that's
point,
not the point he's trying to make.
It's a possibility, though. It's a possibility if he takes on a lesser role.
Yes, it is possible. I wouldn't bet on it.
But that's the thing. As LeBron James cannot be on the court and take on a lesser role. And even, let's say he even tries. Like, you're negating the simple 45 years old, Dub, is it's...
Nah, Tom Brady playing at 45, so fuck it, bro. I think LeBron could do it as well. We've seen this happen already, so... there's no reason.
Isn't that just a bad comparison?
Yeah, you're comparing you're comparing Tom Brady. Oh, now I get it. This is why I hate y'all fucking show. This is why I hate Gridiron. So the fact you're comparing Tom Brady standing up there with protection or whatever, never runs the football ever. Like, if someone's running at him, he's like,
but there's a difference. There's a difference with Tom Brady.
I'm Tom Brady.
Go ahead, be Tom Brady. Tom Brady right now is 45 and still playing at a top 5 level. I'm not saying.
You can't compare the sports, though, bro. And he doesn't play defense.
Dell, I'm not comparing. I'm not saying that just because Tom Brady's playing at a top 5 level that LeBron could do that. But I'm saying if LeBron is just taking on a lesser role, there's no way in hell that he can't make it till 45 years old. How old was Vince Carter when he retired? Like 38 or 40?
I want to say 40, but I'll check.
And Brady gets hit too.
He does get hit.
Like 4 times a year.
Bro, speaking of Brady, what's going on with his face, bro?
What face?
It looks like he had some crazy stuff done to it. I don't know.
I haven't seen Tom Brady since he retired, and then 2 days later.
Oh, he had facial restructure. Yeah, that was a long time ago, though.
Vince was 43.
Crazy.
Vince was 43 years old, so y'all don't think that LeBron James could make it to 45? Are y'all serious right now? Are y'all serious, son?
Vince was barely an NBA quality player.
But here's what you guys.
If he's barely an NBA quality player, making it to 43, I think that LeBron would be better than that. Why is it so out of whack to say he can't make it to 45? If Vince Carter, a barely quality NBA player, made it to 43.
But here's what we negating though. Keep in mind, LeBron wants to play with his kids. I think Bryce is supposed to be getting in the league in 27, so I can't see him sticking around till then because he's made it publicly known that, hey, I want to play with my sons, both of them.
He said son. I never heard the both of them.
No, he wants to play with both of them. There's a Sports Illustrated or whatever. Yeah,
he said he wants to play with both of them. So it's like
pause.
He could really make that stretch, bro.
LeBron is no way in hell playing until he's 45, bro. I cannot see LeBron in the NBA for 7 more years. I just can't.
I got him at 43.
I can't.
42. I'll say 42.
We shall see.
42, he wouldn't be able to play with his sons. Both of them.
I got him at 44 only because of the Suns thing. That's it. And I forgot about that aspect.
He's about to take a Udonis Haslem.
The only reason he wouldn't make it to 45 is what you said, though. If you know how he feels about his legacy and shit. You feel me? That's the only reason.
When I brought up the legacy, I actually forgot about his sons and the story that he's written. So the fact of the matter is, if he stays and his sons make it, that enhances his legacy. And people just saying, "Oh, I wanna, but Bron's so smart. Oh, I want to be here for my sons." But who knows in Bron's mind if he didn't say that to just pad his stats? Who knows? But Bron is smart like that. We have company in the back of Dub. Let's look at him. Oh, he heard and he hid.
Want to say hi, bro? Say hey, big bro.
What's up? Where's my controller?
Oh.
Jeez.
That's a lovely chain he got on. It's like, I want to be cool, but not too cool, so I'm going to wear this chain.
Yeah, he's a fly guy. He's flyer than me when I was a freshman. He's about to be in high school.
Oh, for real? That's so dope.
Mm-hmm. You want to send him a jersey, though?
I could just link up with you and give you one. I'm not mailing you anything. I saw you too much. You live right there.
Set to super chat. In 96, MJ struggled against the Sonics and won. Yes, he averaged 27, but he didn't shoot great. But Braun lost in 11 when he struggled. So is it fair to say the 96 Bulls had a better roster than the Heat?
That's a crazy stretch, but
Wait. What the fuck did he say?
Why is that a crazy stretch, Mars?
I was waiting for Ron.
Labeling what LeBron did as just struggling and comparing it to MJ in 96 is already a stretch.
That's low-key a stretch, but
comparing the Bulls beating the Sonics to the Mavericks beating the Heat, and then saying that would imply, because they both struggled, that the Bulls were just a better team, makes no sense, because you're playing different teams. So different matchups don't mean you're a better team for beating a different team. They don't compare.
No, I get all of that, but when you take all of that away and strip it down, you got the Bulls being a better team than the Heat.
I think the Bulls were a better team, but it's not because they won and MJ struggled.
Definitely.
Like that's just a weird comparison.
And you're also leaving out the opposing team and the matchup that they present to each other.
That's what I'm saying. There's different circumstances. It's not just this team won, MJ struggled. This team lost, LeBron struggled. That means this team's better. It doesn't make sense. But thanks for
and LeBron's struggle compared to Michael Jordan's struggle in terms of just missing shot, and LeBron not seemingly looking like himself played a big deal. LeBron averaged what in that final? 16 to 17 points. No matter if Mike struggled and had 27 points, he still averaged 27 points.
LeBron was the third leading scorer too.
That's
Chris Bosh and Dwayne Wade. That was wild.
Yeah, that was nasty out of LeBron.
Henry Hernandez, how do you guys think the 76ers will do this year?
That's a good question.
You mean got PJ, right?
The Philadelphia Rockets?
Mars has them conference finals.
That's their ceiling to me.
Ron?
I think they finished third in the East, and damn, I haven't thought about how far they go because I got the Bucks coming out, but they can potentially make the Eastern Conference Finals.
Dub?
I think it's the same thing as last year. They're going to be great in the regular season, but at the end of the day, we're going to have to see what James Harden's going to do in postseason. I think it all comes down to him. I think Joel Embiid is going to play great no matter what, and James Harden, he just got to be the guy to, step up and play really well. But a lot of times where he didn't, and that was kind of the reason why they didn't win.
Euro?
I got Embiid winning the MVP. That's literally the extent of my thoughts when it comes to the 76ers.
Is that a hot take? Dell?
No, I said that 2 episodes ago.
The East is so top heavy, Paul. So I have maybe top 4. I just don't know where top 4, but you got Boston, Miami, Buck, you have Brooklyn. That's if they're seemingly head on their
Cleveland.
Shoulders. You have Cleveland ready to upgrade, and you have Philly. You know what I'm saying? Is it top 4, top 5?
The Pistons.
The whom?
The Pistons.
Do you guys think James Harden will be 2021 James Harden?
I think James Harden will be an All-NBA player this year.
But will he be as good as his first year in Brooklyn?
What does good mean?
All-NBA. One of 3 teams.
Like, do you mean like scoring? Yeah. Like, because I don't think
ceiling second team.
We can see the difference in James Harden from 2021 before the hamstring and what happened last year after the hamstring. Do you think he can get back to what he was before the hamstring?
Oh, I can easily as well.
Just that level.
Yeah.
Okay, that leads on to my next question. If James Harden is that level, is it crazy to say he would be the best player on that team?
No, I don't think it's crazy to say, but then you also gotta that level James Harden is that level James Harden better than MVP Embiid last year?
I think you can make the argument.
I don't know.
James Harden was wilding in that first year. He was really wilding, bro.
He talking about when he first got to Brooklyn, right?
He was a low key like MVP candidate.
He was an MVP candidate, but is that MVP like I think it just helps Philly if both of the guys are playing at that same level, then I think there'll be a force to reckon with. But the East is really top heavy.
I want to highlight this because want you to respond.
JD, hold up right quick. I got one more thing to say about the Sixers. They kind of got the same type of expectations as Brooklyn, where it's like we really don't care what y'all got going on in the regular season. When it comes down to it, we want to know, is Joel and James Harden going to ball out when it's time to hoop in the playoffs? When it's game 6 on the road or game 6 at home, whatever, it doesn't matter. When it's game 6, are y'all going to step up to the plate or are y'all going to lose? Are y'all going to roll over? Is James Harden going to score 12 points in an elimination game? Those are the things that I'm trying to figure out. And on top of that, they both have injury histories too. Can y'all stay healthy?
True. Whoops. Euro, I want you to respond to this. For Sixers to be in the mix, Harden has to be all-world Harden, and if he is, that hurts Embiid's MVP chances.
Yeah, I mean, y'all heard what I said about MVP season for Joel. The reason why I said that is because he's been in the MVP conversation for a minute now, back-to-back seasons or whatever, and he's never really won it, right? And I made the point that Jokic was in MVP talks for a minute as well, and he never got it until his coach and everybody else started backing the idea, talking about, the reason why Jokic is not winning the MVP is because it's not quote unquote sexy to be having a player like Jokic who is not like, flashy like that or whatever, whatever his reasoning was. That's why he's not winning MVP. And then, lo and behold, the following season he wins MVP. And so I just think it's all narrative driven. I don't really think if you're looking at the top of the top, elite guys or whatever, like you could just give it to any one of them. Really, it's just what benefits the league the most out of that. And so I don't really think it's an actual like representation of who the MVP really is, because of course there are players who are much more valuable to their team that aren't in that conversation at all, in my opinion. So with that being said, Joel Embiid has not won an MVP for a minute. He's been in MVP talks for a minute, and now he's starting to say, like, bro, do y'all have something against Philly? Is there like an agenda against it or whatever? And I think the NBA will correct itself doing that, and Joel Embiid wins MVP.
Good take. Dub?
No, I was just wanted to ask Euro about that. Like, you're saying it'll be similar to like I like saying comparing James Harden in 2018 because I think LeBron James had a very good case of winning an MVP. But I feel like in 2018 he got that more so because the past years that he's had, he just got the short end of the stick with Stephen Curry and Giannis Antetokounmpo of winning MVP. So it was more so they gave James Harden was like, nah, we really got to give this guy an MVP despite what LeBron was doing in 2018. So I'm just asking. That's kind of the similar situation you're saying for Joel Embiid this year.
Yeah. Whatever the reason is, if you believe that in the past they have given it to somebody that shouldn't have gotten it just because of narrative, whatever the narrative is, then I think that kind of makes my point. Like, we know this is happening. We know this has been happening. So I don't see why it stops today.
I feel that.
Another member, Player's Choice member, with is the East better than the West? Shout out Eduardo Garcia. Great question. Mars, you want to start?
I think if we assume each conference is fully healthy, I think if you look at the top teams in each conference, you got Miami, Brooklyn, Milwaukee, Philly, Boston. That's like the 5 contenders in the East. Then you got Golden State, the Clippers, the Nuggets, the Suns, and the Lakers, I guess, is the top 5 in the West. So I think if you go East versus West in the top 5 contenders, I think it's pretty equal, but I think the East have more contenders. And then you look down, you got Atlanta, Cleveland.
Did you say Dallas?
I don't think they're contenders.
Huh?
For a title, I don't think they're contenders.
No, that's not a bad take.
But I think they're in the second tier. Like in the East, you got Atlanta, Cleveland. Those teams are in like the second tier, not contenders, but they're going to be tough to beat in the playoffs. I think Dallas are like that.
I have a question now. Why is Phoenix a contender but not Dallas?
I think Phoenix have shown that they can be successful in the playoffs as they did in 2021. Also,
but Dallas showed last year they get to the Western Conference Finals. That doesn't hold no bearing.
They got to the Western Conference Finals, not the NBA Finals. And also, I would trust a team with a stronger team dynamic, like DeAndre Ayton's capable, Devin Booker's capable, Chris Paul's capable, whereas a team that relies on one player to do everything, like a Luka. I don't like even for example, the 07 Cavs, who Luka gets compared to a lot just because one man doing a lot of heavy lifting. I wouldn't consider the Cavaliers in LeBron's time elite level contenders. I just think they had one player who was able to maximize that team, but I'd never see them winning a championship. Like,
but you gotta include the player into it, though.
Yeah,
exactly.
That's why I give them the second tier level contender.
I mean,
they can get fortunate and make a long run. I don't think they could ever win.
So why is Miami a contender in the East then?
Because I think Miami realistically could win a title.
But I'm not gonna hold you. You're using the finals. You said as a point.
Yeah,
that
no,
the Suns
but yeah,
made it
you
to
said
the finals.
but
the Suns made it to the finals when the Lakers was hurt, when the Clippers was hurt. So like the Suns really had an easy road to that final. So I don't know why you need to use that as a point of your reasoning. Is they made the finals, so they showed that they could be title contenders. I don't.
And
think
that same team with that one man, that one army beat that powerful Suns team. I just have a discrepancy. Suns contender over Dallas based on what you're saying, and
neither of them could be contenders. I wouldn't mind that. Like if you want to bump the Suns down, but I'm not gonna bump Dallas up. I just don't think they have a shot of winning a title as presently constructed. But that's just me.
So because of last year, you guys think the Suns aren't better than the Mavericks?
That's not what we're saying. I loved everything he's saying, but he negated Dallas, and I just wonder why was Phoenix a contender? Because I think they are, but I also think Dallas. What was the reasons for that? Did you say Denver? I think Denver could be creeping up.
Denver's contenders. I put Denver in there.
Yeah, they could be creeping up if they get their players back with Marvin.
Y'all see Michael Porter? You seen him playing in the open run the other day?
I think he could be creeped up.
I was.
Yeah,
so
in the
open run,
he wasn't.
It was.
It didn't look great to me.
I don't think you've seen another clip where it was just clips of him. He was looking all right. Like he was looking like okay.
I don't believe in the Nuggets, man.
Why I don't judge these players in the NBA game of them playing in pickup. Like
for sure, but I'm saying
so all I'm basing it on, if he's healthy, he's on the court, he's playing. So I'm thinking he's good. I don't care if he has the worst 5 days. If Michael Porter Jr. is playing in the pickup and you see he's healthy, he's running up and down, that's all it is for me. I don't care what his game looks like in the pickup. Like,
but I do.
Well, he looked like he was healthy, running up and down, and his game was good. So I'm saying that's the case.
No cap, Mars. I don't think that you should include the Nuggets as contenders and not Dallas. If anything, they're on the same tier.
Because of Jokic's defense.
Nah, not even. I just look at it as a team. I think the Mavs, even though that they lean on one star, I think that one star has proven to, show up and be able to rely on. And their defense is hands down better than the Nuggets. So I just think as a team, they're just more complete in that way.
Great defensive team for sure, though.
The Nuggets,
even Brunson, all right.
Yeah, it will be fine.
How does that affect them?
They still have Spencer. They still have Spencer Dinwiddie, right?
I think Spencer played a bigger role, and I think Tim Hardaway Jr., who was playing well before he got injured. And I love Christian with Luka Doncic.
Yeah, I'm excited to see that dynamic.
Should have got Rudy Gobert.
Should be interesting. Do they still have Bertans, or that's how they got Christian Wood? They got rid of him. I forget.
I think you guys still have him.
They traded Boban, I believe, was in that trade.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good... They needed to get Boban off the roster. I love Boban, but he doesn't play, so it's kind of pointless having him there.
Woods is twice better than Dwight Powell, who Luka made sometimes.
Twice? Still?
I
might go more.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So I like Dwight Powell because, he's athletic and
he does his...
He'll go hustle after boards and stuff, but like... One sec. Eric Dupree. No, Dell, I agree. It's extremely disrespectful to have Jimmy anywhere near the top 25, especially over KD. That take beyond nasty. I'm with you. Cito Kaba. Step your game up. Maz. JD and Ron, elite hosts. Thank you, Cito. Nick Dawson. I'm a proud doubleaholic. Fire. Boss Man Johnson. Players like KD, Kawhi, PG, Joel don't get the same energy as AD when it comes to injuries. It's so blatant. It's ridiculous.
I agree with that.
That's actually a great take.
Wait, why is it?
Because you know how AD is always getting penalized for being hurt and everything, especially when
other than I would say Kawhi, Kawhi could get that moniker, but I think Yeah, the only thing KD does get hurt like in the regular season, but he'd be like healthy enough to play in the playoffs. I'm not looking at KD and what happened last year because of injury. He just didn't play well. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but
they had KD.
The Nets wouldn't be playing Boston if KD didn't get hurt in the regular season.
I understand all that, but still, the fact that he's still there and still available to be himself, it still leaves a chance. Like AD could have got hurt, but say he got back at the end of the year and the Lakers still made the playoffs. You're still looking at the Lakers as a different team with AD in the playoffs than them not even being there at all. So injuries happen.
If we're gonna look at KD, I mean, he got hurt in 2019, which cost him a ring. They probably would have beaten the Raptors. 2020, he was hurt. 2021 was when he came back for the postseason, right? That's when he faced Milwaukee, or he sat out that year.
Who are we talking about?
2021 is the.
I believe that was Milwaukee versus Brooklyn, right?
I don't think he got hurt 2021. So he got hurt this past season.
That was Milwaukee versus Brooklyn. Yeah, okay. So, I mean, when we look at KD and his history, there's been a lot of times where he got hurt in the playoffs, you know? No, not a lot. Maybe a few times.
Hurt in the playoffs? Well, just once.
He got hurt 2019 in the playoffs. 2015, he missed the year and they missed the playoffs. And then 2020 he missed the season, obviously. And then 2021, he was healthy. And this year, he was healthy in the playoffs. So there's three postseasons.
Like he could have three-peated if he didn't get hurt. If we're gonna be real.
Oh, for sure. If he didn't tear his Achilles, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Oh, but does he stay that year?
He still doesn't stay. He's going regardless.
You think so?
Yeah.
Okay.
Bossman Johnson said Dell AD has played more than KD in the last 3 years.
Oh, yeah, because KD missed the whole year.
Okay.
Fire. Cito Kaba, The Rock versus Stone Cold is JD versus Dub.
I like being Stone Cold too.
You Stone Cold? All right. Yeah, The Rock was my favorite growing up.
That's fire. I remember this one time where Stone Cold was having a drinking competition with JBL, and he seen JBL cheating and just stunned him. I love Stone Cold after that.
He had a drinking competition with the headphones?
With JBL. You never heard of JBL?
Yeah, the headphones.
Not the
audio company. Oh, okay. Sorry.
Let's talk about the Knicks extending RJ Barrett to a 4-year. They're still they're finalizing this, so I don't think it's been finalized yet, but sounds like it's likely going to be finalized. 4-year, $120 million extension. How do we feel about this? I, for one, think I seen this coming.
Because you're on the all-star RJ Barrett train. That's why.
I only want to hear from Delroy.
I don't think this put a damper in I think they know something got to be going on, because I know aside of the Utah side, they want to unload D Mitch. Does he goes there now? It looks slim, but I don't know. I think Leon Rose and Uncle Wes and them, they got some up their sleeve, because if Donovan Mitchell goes to Brooklyn,
oh my God,
I think that would.
Are they unloading Kyrie if that happens?
Never. I think the Knicks need Donovan Mitchell, not even they're going to change the landscape of the team, whatever, just to bring some more buzz and excitement to the Garden, man.
Wait, did you mean to say if he goes to Brooklyn?
Yeah, because that's also
who would he go for?
Also a possible. Who would he go for?
Right. Picks and.
I mean, Danny Ainge just wants picks right now, but
Danny Ainge wants picks more than anything.
Oh, do they even have?
They
picks
said
they moved all their picks for James Harden.
Danny Ainge, no, but I think it'll be a 3-team deal if he ends up in Brooklyn.
Oh, yeah, maybe.
I mean, I don't want to see
for Donovan Mitchell, which made no sense, but
I don't want to see D Mitch in the Knicks jersey. I'm sorry, bro.
Why not?
I just think he's just gonna waste his time there, like he was wasting his time in Utah. It'll be good for your franchise, no doubt, but for Donovan Mitchell, I don't think that's beneficial to him.
So we're Miami?
You already know.
Oh my God! So you want the entire NBA in Miami, bud?
Every free agent.
KD didn't come through, so why not Donovan Mitchell, bro? You feel me?
So let go of Tyler Hero?
Yeah, I would let go of Tyler Hero for D Mitch, easily.
Yeah.
Ron.
I want to see him in New York, to be honest. I think him, Jalen Brunson, but they got to keep RJ Barrett. And I think those three are really, turn the Knicks around. Now, I'm not saying that they'll be in that top tier, that top 5 we mentioned earlier, but like how Dale said, it really would be exciting.
What did that stunt RJ Barrett's growth though? Having Donovan Mitchell there?
I think it puts less responsibility on him.
Way less responsibility and opens the floor up for him. That's great for RJ Barrett.
Okay, I was just asking. I mean, 2 guys who's kind of doing the similar things. I mean, I don't know how that would.
RJ Barrett, I don't think RJ Barrett's really ball dominant though. It's like when he gets the rock, he goes score, but he's not looking to touch the
touch the peel,
touch the rock every time down the floor. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
that's what Julius Randle does.
I hate Julius Randle's game, bro. I don't
Julius
even want to
Randle has to get the rock in his hands too much. Nick Dawson tapped into the LeBron argument. I think LeBron in his 40s can be a 2010 guy if he strictly plays point guard. Well,
it's not
that's
ridiculous.
Not a bad take. I'm not mad about that. Okay, the Knicks paying Jalen Brunson, Julius Randle, and RJ Barrett $341 million over the next 4 years. How do we feel about that?
I'm not paying them, so good for them.
It's a lot of dough. Is that a big 3?
No.
That's a great question. That guy's a nut. Is that a big 3? Pause.
Just wondering. I want to hear your thoughts.
I think didn't they lose? I hate we judging. I hate how like Dale. I agree with you. Like judging like runs and shit like that is weird. But didn't Obi Toppin, Brunson, and Randall lose in an open run?
They lost at a pro-am in New York, in our pro city.
Yeah, damn, that's a bad look.
Not really.
Is it though?
Yeah.
I don't look at that and like I don't care.
Yeah, LeBron, DeMar DeRozan won by 2.
Right.
That's true.
In the pro-am.
They're all professional players.
Yeah, they still won, but it's by 2.
It just sounds nasty.
The thing about it is we all know that the Knicks are overpaying for these guys, but they have like the.
Let me ask you a question. Name a team that's not overpaying.
Well, that's what I was about to say. You got the money, so you have to spend it somewhere.
It's just it's the Knicks. Like it's New York City is the Mecca. It's the Knicks. It's the Garden. So we'll look at. We could probably find 3 players that's probably similar or fairly close. That's probably playing that amount of money. Probably on some other teams. I don't know the contract situation, but who's up to get extensions? And honestly, the only one because Brunson deserved to be paid. And RJ did deserve to be paid. It's just that Julius Randle is just having that such a bad year. Just messes everything up.
I honestly, Dale, I really don't believe in Julius Randle, bro. At all. I never did.
I don't think anyone does.
So I don't think he's gonna be I really don't think that he's gonna be having like a crazy bounce back year next year. I think it's probably gonna be the same thing.
He don't need a bounce back year. He just needs to be.
Bro, he just has to have that
MIP
MIP season. I believed in him. And then
the MIP season is what made him play like he did last year. But I told you guys before the year started how he was at the run. So
he just played outside of himself.
Told y'all.
Yeah, I remember that.
Just played outside himself. Nick Dawson said RJ Brunson Randall is the mid 3. Mid 3 is fire. Speaking about deals, Markieff Morris agreed to a deal with the Nets. Does this help, hurt? Does it do anything?
He's the one that Jokic pushed in the back, right?
Correct.
And he didn't play since.
I mean, it's good. I really think they should look for guys like Dwight and Avery Bradley. I think that'll help them more than Markieff Morris.
I think they need wings. That's why they pursue Royce and Markieff Morris and those guys. Because
TJ Warren.
Yeah, this year KD was the only legitimate wing on the team.
Don't you think they got enough already though? They got Royce O'Neal, TJ, and then KD and Joe Harris. So
I think Markieff will be at the 5 sometimes. Like in the playoff run, I think Markieff will finish some games at the 5.
He could.
So Royce O'Neal, TJ Warren, Markieff Morris with Steph Curry, Joe Harris, Patty Mills, Nick Claxton. I feel like that's something we haven't really talked about is the return of Joe Harris. That's going to help them a lot.
Yeah, that'll help the Nets for sure. I hope he comes back seemingly himself, who I feel like for the whole team, because Joe, like, he kept the floor more spacious for the guys.
I don't think the issue in Brooklyn is spacing. I think even in the playoffs, their spacing was fine. It's just
If it was, it could have been more with him on the court. That's what I'm saying. More spacing is better.
Joe Harris is one of the best 3-point shooters in the NBA too. So it's like they were missing it. Right.
Let's say you have, of course, what's his name was helping and doing his thing, Bruce Brown. But let's say you have a Joe Harris not even playing that role, just out there in the last second where Kyrie's dribbling for so long, and they're helping off someone. Kyrie, KD, Seth, Patty, and Joe. Yeah. Last possession, give the ball. You got to pick your poison.
Right. I mean,
so I think in those situations, I think it's better, to have him.
Bruce Brown's more of a defensive specialist, and he's hustling after. He's getting to his spots, and he's going and grabbing boards, whatnot.
Celtics wasn't playing him like at all.
You're not relying on him to hit threes. He'll knock down an open one here and there, but Joe Harris is
he'll
different.
he'll get hit for an open three and then start dribbling. Like that's just what he does.
Eric Dupree's looking for our thoughts on this. Hakeem fans putting him above Shaq for sweeping him in the finals, forgetting he was in year 3 is nasty. Tim swept LeBron year 4, and we shrugged that off knowing that it wasn't Bron's prime. Same should be applied with Shaq. Thoughts?
He's really spitting.
No, he's not spitting at all. I don't really think people put Hakeem over Shaq for sweeping him, though. Like, Hakeem has his own resume on his own without debate. You know what I'm saying? It's not like, this puts him over the top. Of course, Shaq was young. I don't think I've ever heard people bringing up that in the debate like he swept. Like me personally. Like, I know some people that take Shaq and I know some people that take Hakeem, but it's not because he swept Hakeem. And you can't compare LeBron on the Spurs sweeping. Duncan on the Spurs sweeping Bron because, first of all, the position is like it's just, you know what I'm saying? It's like. It's easier to debate when you pick who's one than a 4-man and a all-world LeBron who really could do whatever he want on the
Tim
court.
Duncan didn't even have that great of a
and then I think Tony Parker might have been the Finals MVP that series. Might have been. I think he was, right. So that was just a better team. Just like the Rockets was a better team. Did Shaq play bad that Finals? I don't know how Shaq did.
He
didn't
play bad.
He didn't play bad.
Shaq was actually balling.
I don't think the argument for Hakeem over Shaq is about the final, like Del said.
It's probably defense.
It's about defense, about skill, and like those stuff. Like, he's a more skilled player. That's the argument I hear. I don't really hear people bring up the finals.
Final run, me neither.
Yo, I'll be around some Hakeem stands, so I actually have heard that argument. Oh man, Hakeem was tearing Shaq up in those finals. Hakeem used to get at Shaq. Shaq didn't have nothing for Hakeem, and it's like, okay, but you like. Shaq at the Magic, he was dominant. He was dope.
Shaq was giving him buckets too, though.
No, and Shaq was dunking on Hakeem and all type of stuff. But let's not act like Shaq didn't go up 2, maybe 3 levels when he got to the Lakers. Shaq continuously got better, and obviously at that point, Hakeem wasn't in the league.
I think when we talk about those two, we literally just splitting hairs. In my opinion, those are the 2 best big men in NBA history. So
I don't think we're splitting hairs. I think Shaq clears Hakeem.
I don't think he clears.
I don't think he clears, but I think
he doesn't clear Hakeem, bro. He doesn't clear Hakeem.
I think he's better, but I don't think he clears.
Shaq is just a dominant scorer, but Hakeem's a great scorer, and the defense.
Nah, he doesn't clear Hakeem, bro.
Yo, Shaq. Here's the thing, though. Shaq gets slept on defense. People act like Shaq just wasn't. Hey, because Kobe called Shaq lazy, and because some people think that Shaq maybe could have played harder. People act like Shaq just didn't play defense. Like, you know how many times I remember watching the Lakers play, and we'll watch Shaq block a shot to half court or throw a shot out of bounds. Shaq was a menace on defense.
It's not saying that Shaq is bad.
Shaq wasn't a menace on defense.
Shaq was a dog on defense.
Shaq was good around the
ring. Okay. You said he was a dog. Bro. That's fine. Like, poodles are dogs as well. So
no, but Shaq wasn't a poodle. Shaq was a Rottweiler on defense. In that paint, you're not coming at Shaq in the paint. The thing about Shaq was he was an imposing figure. So no matter whether he was getting steals or blocks or anything like that, Shaq in the middle of the paint was intimidating enough to make you not want to go in there.
But Shaq, we're not saying Shaq was trash, but we're comparing him to Hakeem Olajuwon, bro. It's a wash. Like, it's a wash, bro. I mean, not a wash. It's a clear. Like, Hakeem clears him, bro. Like, easily.
Man, I just know overall, I'm taking Shaq over Hakeem in just about any scenario. It doesn't matter what the team looks like. I don't think I'm ever taking Hakeem over Shaq. You could line the team up with whatever other four players.
Do you think that Hakeem Olajuwon could two-peat the way that? I mean, do you think that Shaq could two-peat the way that Hakeem did on the Houston Rockets?
He three-peated.
He three-peated with Kobe Bryant, bro. You really don't think?
Okay, but Hakeem's team wasn't trash.
I'm not saying it is.
I think peak Shaq could win those titles.
Okay, then. I mean,
but
I don't know. I'm not sure. I mean, they were.
How would Kobe and Hakeem look?
Hakeem was going crazy.
Ron, how would Kobe and Hakeem Olajuwon look?
Keep in mind, I'm not negating Hakeem's greatness. Kobe and Hakeem would be bonkers. Would be crazy.
Nah, that might be OD though. For real, I'm just saying, thinking about it.
I want to hear you guys' thoughts on this recent Bleacher Report article. Actually, it came out today. Andy Bailey wrote up the NBA's most overrated players of the last 10 years. So starting with number 1, Avery Bradley.
The last what? Was the beginning? I didn't hear the title. I'm sorry.
The NBA's most overrated players of the last 10 years, and they got Avery Bradley at number 1.
Oh my God, I can't wait. Can you continue going down the list?
You want me to just give you the list?
Yes, please.
Jamal Crawford at number 2.
Wow. Keep going.
DeMar DeRozan at number 3.
Keep going.
DeAndre Jordan at number 4. I don't think I'm mad at that. Julius Randle at number 5.
Are you going?
The top 5 most overrated players of the last 10 years. Yeah.
I thought you said 10.
Over the last 10 years.
Okay, got you. So how is Avery Bradley overrated to me? Like, where do people rate him for him to be overrated?
I don't know.
Let's see.
If
do
it's
you want me
about
to
defense? I mean, I think Avery Bradley was a good
Yeah,
defender.
so that's what I'm trying to understand. I can understand that people. I can understand Jamal Crawford. People saying it, but I don't agree with it because, like, they say, "Oh, the Jamal Crawford hype. Oh, he's this, he's that." But I want to say I saw a stat recently that Jamal Crawford, the only player to have like 50 on like 4 different NBA teams, 50 points or whatever. He was a 6th man and he did his job to an extreme level. So is Lou Will overrated as well? Like, Julius Randle, he just got most improved. I don't know where people overrate him. DeAndre Jordan is. I don't know. I think the list is. I think Pascal Siakam could have been on this list.
That makes honestly, the list really doesn't make sense to me because Avery Bradley, we think that he's a good defender. Him on Boston was really good as well. Jamal Crawford, him being a 6th man, he's one of the best 6th men ever. That doesn't make any sense to me as well. DeAndre Jordan, and I think I'm reading it right now. They're bringing up like him on Brooklyn and shit, and it's like I don't see why we need to bring that up when we look at DeAndre Jordan on the Clippers. Like, he was who he was. He was a lob threat and a great interior defender, and I don't know what's so overrated about that.
I think it's because he made all NBA teams, but that's just because the center position was.
Yes,
bad.
so it makes no
They need
sense.
to change the rules and stop blaming. Yeah, it's kind of gross. It's a stupid list. Can you send me the person who wrote it so I could DM him and say you wrote a stupid list?
Do you have a list of 5 guys over the last 10 years that you would overrate?
Yeah, Pascal Siakam. Let me see who else. Last 10 years. Nope.
I think the chat brought up a good one. Andre Drummond isn't a bad one. I actually like that. Hassan Whiteside was another one for me.
Hassan Whiteside possibly could be up there as well. But where is he rated, though? To be overrated, you have to be on a level that people, you know what I'm saying, that people look at you with some allure.
Yeah, people was, even after Miami, people still had an allure of Hassan Whiteside. I don't know why.
Oh, I have one. Rudy Gobert.
That's cool.
Rudy Gobert.
I'll say Kyle Lowry.
No, to be honest, I had thought that once while he was in Toronto, but Kyle's not overrated, bro. Kyle's very Kyle's very, very like in his.
Nah, but these is all good players though. But I just think like Kyle Lowry being what if DeMar DeRozan's on there, Kyle Lowry's for sure on there.
You can't.
He's a 3-time, 4-time All-Star.
Glue guys cannot
like
a role player / glue guys cannot be overrated. That's why I can't put like an Avery Bradley. It's dudes that people think could be like fringe superstar, like Pascal Siakam, Rudy Gobert. Both of those is overrated.
I always thought Bradley Beal was overrated just because everyone thought you could build a championship team with him as the main guy, and I don't think you could.
I've always thought
Beal
Klay
underrated.
Thompson was overrated, but that's just me.
Wait, what?
Who?
You.
Wait, what?
Oh yeah, I always thought Klay Thompson was overrated.
He said who?
Wait, why is
Klay Thompson?
Wait, Klay been getting slandered up here, so I gotta sit like how okay, I know, and you have an eloquent point you're about to get to with you're probably about to talk for at least 28 seconds straight. So tell me. So
there's not much to it. I just
how
don't think
is Klay Thompson overrated?
Because people say he's better than he is, in my opinion. Like,
what do they say?
To me, I don't think Klay's ever been the second best player on the team that's won the title. That's just me. People also said he should have been top 75. I don't agree with that. I don't think Klay, based on how they kept the original 50 on, I don't think Klay is in the top 25 of the last 25 years. That's also, once again, just me.
But they added Reggie Miller.
I think Reggie Miller's better than Klay Thompson. But I also think that...
What? At what?
It's playoff numbers.
Playing basketball. I think if we look at Klay Thompson, I think people overrate his defense because he was guarding the best guy because Steph Curry was worse than him. It didn't make him a great defender. He was a good defender, but people act like he was one of the best defenders in the league, which is, once again, I disagree. He's obviously the second best shooter of all time. I mean, at worst, he's top 3, but the second best shooter of all time. I agree with that. People say he was some people say he was a fringe superstar. I disagree. Some people say he was fringe top 10 in the NBA. I disagree. Some people say he was guaranteed top 15. I disagree.
But hold on, wait. You're saying some you're saying some people, but that's not the general consensus.
Before Klay Thompson
when I said Klay Thompson has never been top 15, I got looked at like I was the crazy one. I think it's crazy to have ever had him in the top 15.
But listen, I don't. You're saying, but like you said, everything is based on your playoff numbers, whatever the case may be. But before Klay Thompson got hurt, I don't think like it's probably like back then. I would say like Kawhi on ball, Drew, Paul George. Klay Thompson was probably one of the best on ball defenders in like he played defense, bro.
Yeah,
like
he was great on the ball.
Like he's strapped. So like when you say he's a good defender, before he got like he's like really like, of course NBA players, they're gonna score, but like Klay really, really, really sat down, bro. So I don't know how you, like you say, because Steph couldn't play defense, that's why Klay had to do it. No, Klay was there because Klay really, really played defense.
Klay was good on the ball. I said that. Like you.
So what are you comparing his defense to? Like when you say he was just good
on ball defense isn't all defense is.
Right. So exactly. So what are you looking at? His rebounding, his passing lane?
I don't really care about his rebounding. He was a bad rebounder. He's still
but this what I'm saying. For you to say he wasn't a great
off the ball, he's not really engaged. He gets backdoor car a whole lot. He's not really aware. He loses track of ball and man a whole lot. A lot of breakdowns used to happen because Klay Thompson, if he's not on the ball, kind of sleeping. That's why I think his defense gets overrated, because if you look at him on the ball, he's probably like at least one of the top 5 to 10 on ball defenders at that time. But then you look at totality of defense, I think he falls down that list. Like people say he got snubbed for a bunch of all defense teams.
For sure.
I disagree because I look at more than on the ball. That's just how I do it. Like, I think there's more to defense than what you do guarding the ball.
So you're saying like arguably, like you saying his let's say he got backdoor, like you said, I don't remember. Like for you, someone to remember somebody getting, like I don't remember at all. So and then let's say for him, and now I want to bring up top 75 and Reggie Miller, his playoffs or whatever the case, he led Indiana Pacers. I would die on a cliff where someone to try to convince me that Reggie Miller is a better basketball player than Klay Thompson. Like Like
I think Reggie Miller was a more impactful player. I mean, I think evolution's a thing. That's fine. You can say like Reggie Miller.
No, of course it's a thing, but
he didn't have a handle. He wasn't a great passer. He was kind of just.
I'm not talking about all of
Klay.
that. I'm not talking about none of that. None of that. The fact of the matter, of course, his impact is probably felt more than Klay Thompson, than Pacers team going up against Mike, who Reggie Miller is, how he performed in the playoffs. But when you look at their basketball game, like them playing basketball, if you put Klay Thompson on that Pacers team, I think they go to the exact same place. Nothing changes to me. But I don't see if you put Reggie Miller on the Warriors the same way he plays, because I think Reggie Miller fits the Warriors style for sure. I don't think the Warriors do the exact same thing.
I mean, that's fine. I probably don't think that either, because Reggie Miller played 30 years ago. But I think Reggie Miller.
What does 30 years ago have to do with?
Because I think Reggie Miller in his time was more impactful to his team than Klay Thompson has been for the Warriors. I think Reggie Miller for the Pacers was a more valuable, more impactful. Led to more.
The Warriors can't win. The Warriors cannot win a championship. How the impact is a championship. So if Reggie Miller impact is making the championship once or making the Eastern Conference Finals or whatever the case may be, the Warriors are not winning no championship ring without Klay Thompson. None. Okay. So how is Reggie impact bigger than that?
Well, I mean, obviously, if you take an all-star player off a team that won a championship, they're not going to win.
Game 6 play is a real thing, though, Mark. You can't undersell that.
On. So how can
Game 6 Klay is a real thing because he did well against Toronto, OKC, and one series against Houston. It's 3 game 6s that people hype up. 3 game 6s. He's playing like 15.
Without that,
okay,
that's not game 6 Klay. That's 3 games that happen to be in game 6s.
What? Mods, I don't know what that. That's why it's called Game 6, because it happened to be in Game 6.
Most of the time, it doesn't happen. Like, okay,
whatever. I don't. Let's negate Game 6, whatever the case may be. How could you say one is more impactful and then say, of course, if you take off a playoff, they'll be. So what is Reggie's impact to the Pacers? That's not Klay's impact to the Warriors.
Reggie was for sure more impactful, but the reason why he was
impactful, Reggie Miller's impact as a number 1 option is going to be higher than Klay Thompson's as a number 2. Klay Thompson's impact comes from what he can do complementing someone. Reggie Miller's impact came from what he did leading a team.
Okay, so him leading the Pacers impact to his impact because he led the team. So it's just, I'm playing with Steph, so my impact is not felt because I'm the second guy. Let me ask a question. Where is that's like negating, Scottie Pippen impacts to Michael Jordan.
But Scottie Pippen was still very impactful. I think Klay Thompson is impactful. I just don't think he's as impactful as Reggie Miller. I think Reggie Miller, what he did, especially...
Who's more impactful, Scottie Pippen or Reggie Miller?
Scottie Pippen. Scottie Pippen's a better player than Reggie Miller.
No, I'm talking about impact.
Scottie Pippen is more impactful. Because if you look at everything he brought...
But his impact is also based on him being a number 2, though.
But because he was the number 1 on defense. He was the number 1 facilitator on that team. He did a lot of number 1 things. Michael Jordan was the number 1 scorer. Reggie Miller was the number 1 player. But he didn't bring the playmaking that Scottie Pippen did. He didn't bring the passing. He didn't bring the defense.
Who's a better playmaker, Klay or Reggie?
I'd say Reggie Miller.
You think Reggie's a better offensive player than Klay Thompson?
Pretty easily.
Wow.
Del,
I got Reggie too.
Shaq has a question for you. So Del, why is Reggie top 75 and Klay isn't?
Because I guess because of the impact you guys are talking about, the nostalgia of Reggie Miller and all that stuff. But when
it's not nostalgia for me. I wasn't even alive. How's that nostalgia?
Well, it has to be nostalgia or whatever it is.
I'm just looking at what Reggie Miller did.
I think.
What he did. So when he did, how? Where are you looking at this stuff? What he did?
I'm looking at how Indiana's offenses in the playoffs, especially, would become borderline elite level offenses with Reggie Miller being the focal point of that offense. Reggie Miller, if you look at what
how is that time elite offense, but then you negate everything else about offense back then, like a la John Stockton and what he did?
What do you mean?
It's the same time.
What John Stockton did.
You said, remember how you brought up offense back then to John Stockton and Michael Jordan and scoring 55 points and not being elite offense. They averaged 75, 80. This is all your stuff you said when it was to downplay John Stockton and the offense back then.
I said John Stockton's offense got figured out in the playoffs.
So
whereas
now,
Reggie Miller's offense
you never said
elevated.
figured out. You said they
sucked and you brought up one 55.
Game. One game. That's one game.
Their
one game it got figured out.
Mars, that's kind of nasty to do because Chicago Bulls is one of the best defensive teams ever.
But still, though, it's just one game. So I don't know how I think Klay Thompson Steph Curry wouldn't be Steph Curry without Klay Thompson. You could say Reggie at the number one and the main guy, this, that, and okay, cool. We never seen Klay in that light. All right, fine. But I'm not going to knock his game because I'm sorry, Warriors, for drafting me and then me becoming so great because I get to play with Steph Curry. Steph Curry didn't become Steph Curry until Klay Thompson became Klay Thompson.
I mean, I'm not blaming Klay for being a number two. I think he's a great number two scoring option. I just think Reggie Miller was a better player, a more valuable player, a more impactful player.
Well, okay, I can say he was more. I can't say he was more valuable to the. I think it's the same impact. One impact led them to Eastern Conference Finals and NBA Finals, and the other got 4 rings based on him just being on the court. 4 rings. So
yeah,
I don't know.
I would say Klay was never even the second most impactful player on that team. I think Draymond was more impactful when KD wasn't there. And when KD was there, he was the 4th most impactful player on the team. So him having 4 rings doesn't make him more impactful than someone like Reggie Miller, who was leading playoff runs with an elite level offense where it was him, Mark Jackson, and not really much else.
No, they had Jalen Rose, they had Rick.
Jalen Rose wasn't there in the early 90s when Reggie Miller was elite.
Oh, Reggie Miller was by himself then, and that wasn't deep playoff runs when he was by himself.
He had one deep playoff run. Then
he had one year. He averaged 20,
when I'm judging
24
players,
points.
when I'm judging players, I'm not looking at. I mean, if we go longevity, I think Reggie Miller is easily like higher all time. If you're looking at what they did in terms of peak, I'm looking at what Reggie Miller did at his best. Those Indiana Pacers offenses in the playoffs reached a level that Klay Thompson, to me, would never be able to reach as a number one guy.
So
but that's what I don't. You can't do that. You can't.
I'm going based off what I've seen in Klay Thompson. I don't think he can replicate Reggie
20
Miller.
points. Klay Thompson averaged 20 or 21 points.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he averaged 20 or 21 points with Steph Curry on the court. Whoop-de-woo. Now you take that as a negative, and you also take, okay, if Klay wasn't by himself, he can't have the same.
I don't take that as a negative. Klay's 20 points is elite 20 points, one of the best shooters of all time. Like,
no,
Klay is great in that role.
So why Klay can't be the same offensive player?
Because I've seen Klay Thompson scoring without Steph, without KD on the court, and his numbers go up. He averages like 26, but his efficiency goes right down. Like, he's not made to be that number one scoring guy because his efficiency.
Well, hold up.
You can't.
Wait, hold up.
Sample sizes to a
Mars.
That's
a little bit. That's a little bit nasty. And I tell you this all the time. Stats are a product of the player and the environment that you're a part of. What you're saying is that Klay Thompson never had a team built around him. What you're saying that since Reggie Miller had the team built around him and he excelled in that. What you're saying is that you don't think Klay Thompson can do that based off of a stat where his efficiency goes down without Steph and KD. But Klay Thompson, that team isn't built around Klay Thompson. That team is built around Steph and KD. So, of course, his efficiency is going to go down when he has nobody to replace those guys. And then when we talk about impact, I mean, yeah, by default, Reggie Miller is more impactful to the team on your eyes because he's the number one option. They built everything to him. But if we pay attention to what Klay Thompson did for the Golden State Warriors, he, along with Stephen Curry, helped the spacing and helped the Warriors be as dynamic as they was. On top of that, the defense on which they was is also that also adds to the impact that Klay Thompson had. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah. What would Reggie Miller be if two of his most important players on his team left? What would Reggie Miller, his efficiency?
But Reggie Miller was always the number one scoring option, the main.
That's not what I'm asking.
Defenses, and his efficiency was great. Klay Thompson, when he was asked to be the main focal point.
When was he asked? For how long? 10 games, maybe? You
have the best. I mean, you have a
10
great
games
stretch.
with nobody. We're gonna look at Stephen Curry. Look at Stephen Curry without Klay Thompson a couple years ago, bro. Where this year they had Jordan Poole to alleviate some of that, but when Stephen Curry without Klay Thompson, the Golden State Warriors was not that good on offense, and that shows the impact that Klay Thompson had on that team.
You talking about the year we was the 8th seed?
Yes.
Dell,
I'm not going to get into how
Shaq wants to know. Shaq wants to know if you have Klay over Damian Lillard.
As a player, no, I don't. I have Klay over Reggie Miller.
Okay, he still wouldn't be top 75, even if I just said Reggie Miller's worse than Klay Thompson. So the point would still stand. I don't know why we're arguing about Reggie Miller. I just said I don't think he's top 75. I don't think he's top 25 of the last 25 years.
I'm bringing it because I'm replacing Klay. Wait, top 25 of the last what?
Top 25 of the last 25 years. So
who would be your top 25 of the last 25 years? I want to know that right now as well. Please tell me.
I don't think Klay makes that though.
I just want to know. I want to know.
I
of the last 25 years. So this is from 1997?
Yeah, 1997.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so
I just want to know.
Shaq was already on the top 50 list. So Kobe, LeBron,
AI,
Tim Duncan, Kevin Garnett, Dirk Nowitzki, Steve Nash, Jason Kidd, Chris Paul.
Let's not go for Klay, bro.
Let's go. Let's just go. Let's just keep going.
Dwayne Wade.
Let's just keep going.
Dwayne Wade.
How much is that?
I don't know. I'm trying to go.
That's 10. That's 10 right there.
I'm trying to go for each position. So
okay.
Dwayne Wade. I've already said Kobe. Manu Ginobili.
No. Not Manu.
Keep going. Keep going.
Manu Ginobili's better than Klay Thompson.
No.
So Manu Ginobili's on your top. Now Manu Ginobili's on your list.
I'm saying 25 names better than Klay Thompson. I'm saying 25 names.
Oh, to you.
Each position.
Oh, okay. Keep going.
Manu clears Klay too, by the way.
For sure.
Okay.
100%. Ray Allen. Kawhi.
Manu close clears jokes.
Kawhi. Any other small forwards I'm missing?
Manu clears jokes.
Paul George is better than Klay.
That's almost like, I think that's like 17, 18 right there.
Jokic, Embiid, Damian
19,
Lillard,
20.
Russell Westbrook, James Harden.
Giannis Antetokounmpo.
He said Giannis. He said T-Mac. T-Mac is a good
Tracy
one.
McGrady, Paul Pierce.
Nah, bro. You hit 25, bro. It's fine. Steph. We didn't even say Steph yet.
Steph. Draymond.
If you ask Ticket, Jimmy Butler.
Jimmy Butler is better than Klay Thompson.
You see, so this is basically your 25 players you think.
Well, no, because I'd have to make a list of who I think would be the 25. I just know.
But Manu doesn't clear Klay at all to me.
Yeah, Manu don't clear Klay, but there's a lot of other guys.
Easily better than Klay Thompson.
Carmelo.
Insert where?
I think Manu Ginobili is just easily a better player than Klay Thompson.
You say he inserts better where?
No, I never said that.
What you said? He what?
I said Manu Ginobili is so easily better than Klay. Like,
I promise
they're not even in the same.
But
if I did, then I missed it. Manu Ginobili and Klay Thompson shouldn't even be in the same tier. To me, I think Klay Thompson is so much worse than him.
If Manu Ginobili had to be the number one on a team, he would fare better than Klay Thompson being a number one.
Let me ask you, why are you putting Manu on a high level, being that he was a sixth man and the way he played in that role, and then you're negating Klay Thompson for that same thing?
No, because you can look at what Manu Ginobili did when he was asked to have a bigger role and he was a great player.
When was he asked to have a bigger role?
There's a bunch of instances. Like, it's not.
Tell me them.
Game stretch. It's just about what you look at when the guys like Tim Duncan and Tony Parker are off the court and what Manu Ginobili can elevate.
Yeah, kind of like Game 6 Klay that you hate. Is that the big?
No, I don't hate Game 6 Klay. I don't like the fact that it's considered a thing when it happened 3 times. You can't negate players based on, you said Manu when he's asked. When is he asked? He's asked to step up when his team needs him most, which Klay Thompson does at a high clip. Whenever his team needs him, he steps up in 3 Game 6s. Okay.
Oh no, he's. Okay, he's 3 quarters, him having 60 points. Or no, you can't.
Klay Thompson has big games. I agree with that.
A comparison that I love. So just tell me, when has Manu stepped up in the moments? Tell me. That's what I want to know.
It's not about the moments. It's about in totality. When guys
tell me in totality. Tell me one totality.
One totality.
Tell me one.
Totality is everything.
Totality is what I'm looking at. What Manu Ginobili did in his peak when guys like Tim Duncan and Tony Parker weren't on the court. How he elevated his scoring, elevated his playmaking, elevated his creation.
Where? Time out. Where are these peak numbers of when they left the court that you know so well? This is what I want to know. This is how I wanted to start the show. Actually, I want you and Lo to give me all the website of stuff y'all use because I need that. Because last episode when Mr. Rufus came on and spewed all that energy, and you knew that the efficient field goal, you knew KD was the more efficient player than who was we arguing? Giannis, and you just sat there and looked at whatever, and it didn't come up. I said, yo, Del, you know what you should start doing? You should start looking at numbers because people say these fancy words like efficiency and effective field goal shooting and analytics, what I hate and all this stuff, and it makes sense. And people be like, yeah, that person know what we talking about. But no, y'all could spew it to me, but no, like I'm not doing that no more. I need the link. It's
But
not
Mars,
basketball reference. It has to be a black page somewhere that y'all use because I have to. It has to be something because y'all guys. There's no way. Oh, my Klay Thompson, you diss Klay for being the second and this and all that, and then you bring up Manu, who played the exact same role for the same organized team, and now he did it. He stepped up at a higher clip in the biggest moments or the biggest totality, whatever word you want to freaking use to.
I mean, it's not about.
Come on,
Del. If Manu was
up in the biggest
Manu
moments, it's what he did when the superstars weren't around him. Even though I think he was better than Tony Parker, but when the superstars weren't around him, what he was able to elevate his game to.
When did you see that, Morris? Tell me when. Well, give me like when the superstars when he subbed in as the sixth man and they sat out and he became sixth man of the year. When are you talking about?
When guys like Tim Duncan
and for the most part, could you say that every time in the first half that Manu would play, he would be playing against the bench. That's why he was the sixth man, and then he'll end the game the last 6 minutes. What are we talking about? I love Manu Ginobili, but you cannot sit here and say that. When the big guys did this, when the big guys did that. Like, no, I'm not doing. No, I'm sorry.
I'm not gonna lie. That is a good point Del said. Because how much do those numbers are inflated? Because
that is not a good point at all. Because
that is a very good
Ginobili
point.
On the J Will show, Del said that Manu Ginobili is a starter. So don't even talk about this.
No, it's not about. But that's not that. But how many times did Greg Pop have Manu Ginobili go up against the opposing team's bench? Like that.
You guys are hilarious because you guys are acting like Manu Ginobili wasn't in a system that was structured for. He just didn't have. He wasn't unleashed.
Facts.
And Klay Thompson was unleashed. That's my point. How was he unleashed?
Had free reign.
What? Wait, time out. Manu never had free reign on the Spurs.
Bro, he is playing in a more structured system. I'm not saying the Warriors are unstructured. They are definitely structured. But he has green light go at any point. Everyone on that team has green light go. You can take any shot.
No, and on top of that, during that time, you weren't able to just come down and just shoot any three you wanted to.
Exactly.
Started that.
Okay. This is
my
point.
Just come and just gun all day.
Why get a ball to Tim Duncan? Listen. Klay and Steph started that because that's their game and that's what they could do. Let's leave that there. That's their game. So the fact of the matter is, everybody you just said on the Warriors have free reign to just shoot threes, right?
Pretty much.
Okay. Who on the Spurs in that structured system had free reign to you? Manu?
No one, because they were playing structured.
Stop. Okay, they structured system and free reign. Go Manu, Tony Parker, and Tim Duncan.
But
those are the three players we get on the court. If you see something, attack and do what you do.
For sure.
So compare a whole team that could take whatever shots. Isn't that a harper for more on Steph and Klay?
Bro,
if everybody's jacking, compare to three players having full reigns to do what they want.
Bro, I don't think that we're looking at this the same. You feel that Manu Ginobili could have just gone out there and chucked, and Pop would have been cool with it.
No, not Chuck.
Hey,
I feel
Tim Duncan, we
like
haven't come down to the last 10 possessions.
Okay.
Tim Duncan doesn't touch
let me ask you a question. When has Klay Thompson just ever went out and just shucked? He took every shot within his system, just like Manu did.
We
can't get mad at the system because one is shooting threes and one is shooting twos. Their system is their system. You're down in one system and to big up
I'm not downing the system. I'm saying if you put Manu in that Warrior system, he's going to thrive just as well. Who knows? If not better.
No, he's not. Not at all.
No, he's not.
How?
No, he's not.
All right, I'm gonna break it down. I'm gonna
break it down to you so easily. Manu's
I'm gonna break it down to you so easily why Manu was driving that system.
Please do.
He's a fucking basketball player. Manu plays basketball. No. I'm not saying like
you said.
I'm not saying he's a basketball player like he puts on a uniform and laces up his shoes. I'm saying Manu is a basketball player. When you watch him play, he can hoop. I think Manu
of course, 100%.
Any system. He plays defense. He's an underrated defender, like how I said, an underrated defender. Don't forget about. And I'm gonna give you a moment. You don't want totality. You want moments. Remember that time where they were playing the Rockets and James Harden was about to he had the ball.
Yeah, he got the block.
He got the block to end the game.
From behind. That's a great moment right there.
Amazing moment.
Manu did things like that throughout his whole career. That was just
that's not been his best defensive moment was slapping the bat. But I'm not talking about that. Listen,
and even that. But hold on, I haven't finished yet. Why he was thriving in that system
in the Warrior system,
Manu,
right?
Yes. Also, Manu is a very underrated shooter. I think he shot it at 40% 1 or 2 seasons.
He's a good shooter. He's a good shooter.
Manu was an excellent shooter, so he can definitely play off ball alongside Steph and Draymond.
Okay.
On top of that, moving without the ball, Manu moves without the ball just as not better than Klay Thompson. Also, and this is my last and final point, and this is the best point of it all. Manu is a playmaker. Okay. So what Klay doesn't bring to the table, which obviously the more you can play make, the better your team will be. What Manu doesn't bring to the table, or what Klay doesn't bring to the table, Manu brings to the table. So him being able to get into the paint, it's gonna make more open shots for Iguodala, Harrison Barnes, KD when he's there, Steph obviously, and Manu's getting to the rim.
Okay. So great, all amazing points on Manu, right? So if you have Manu, the great playmaker, the great do all this stuff. How Manu plays with Draymond?
How doesn't he?
Just answer that question. How does Draymond look with Manu instead of Draymond with Klay? That's one. And how many
come off dribble handoffs? He can still come off dribble handoffs. Klay or Draymond can still throw in backdoor passes.
When Manu is playmaking, right? What is Draymond doing? Standing in the corner?
So you're saying his playmaking is negated because of Draymond? Since Draymond's there, now Manu can't playmake all of a sudden.
It's only who playmakes on the Warriors? Steph and who? Jordan Poole.
Andre Iguodala when he was there.
Whoa.
Yo, hold on. Stop, Ron.
So
Stop, Ron. I have another question. So the Warriors are winning 4 championships with Manu and Steph instead of Steph and Klay. Yes or no?
I don't see why they wouldn't. Especially
yes or no?
No. Let's say 2. Because the 2 with KD is obviously a lot.
Negates the 2. Right. Okay. Okay. Just for you. So they're winning 2 with Manu and Steph instead of Steph and Klay.
And on top of that, the Klay that we seen this last championship run, Manu would have played way better than that.
So
way better than that.
So you're looking
way better than that. Yo,
I don't think they make it out the West. I don't think they make it out the West with Manu and Steph. I'm sorry, I don't. Manu and Steph starting the backcourt. I don't think they make it out the West. I'm sorry.
The points you said for Manu Ginobili is the same points you could use for Klay Thompson.
So
even though that Manu, Manu is an underrated
going to the Spurs,
defender.
I think Klay winning with the Spurs the same amount as Manu did.
And you said who else play makes alongside of him? Jordan Poole averaged like 6 or 7 assists this year.
I said Jordan Poole. So
Jordan Poole's better than Klay, or better than Manu?
Wait, what?
Is Jordan Poole better than Manu? But because you just said that nobody outside of Steph and Draymond can play make. Jordan Poole is their playmaker, so why wouldn't Manu be able to be their playmaker?
I never said Manu couldn't play, but I think Manu is a harder fit compared than Jordan Poole, Steph, and Klay. I think Manu is just a harder fit with Draymond. That's what I think.
I just don't understand.
So wait, so Ron, the same points you use for Manu is the same points you could use to Klay, because even though Manu can't offer the defensive impact that Klay does. He also can't provide the impact on offense with his spacing the way that Klay does. So the same talking points you use for Manu, you could use for Klay Thompson as well. And then Jay, you talked about a point of, the Spurs is a more of, you said something about a structured system. Perfect. Leave it there. So since they're more of a structured system, they're not as reliant as a Steph Curry is, they're not as reliant to Tim Duncan as the Warriors is to Steph
Structured
Curry.
was probably also the wrong word.
Wouldn't that help? Wouldn't that help?
I think you realize that.
Wouldn't that help Mars's point on to why he's performing better without the superstars on the court? The fact that the team is a more structured system and not as reliant as their main guys as the Golden State Warriors.
We might be getting caught up on structured. So they're both structured systems.
Facts.
San Antonio was more inside out. Warriors play around the perimeter. Their game is literally reliant on the perimeter. The Spurs are inside out. They're trying to get the ball inside.
So that helps. That helps Manu Ginobili's numbers because they're not playing as a perimeter guy and not relying mainly on Steph and Klay Thompson. So that helps Manu Ginobili's numbers that Mars brought up. Mars brought up on why he's being able to perform better while the guys are on the court.
So Manu never played with Tim Duncan or Tony Parker.
What?
What?
Are you saying? No, I'm saying like you guys are making it seem like when he comes in the game, it's him and 4 other bench players.
We're not. We're not making it seem like that. Obviously, we're just saying what I'm saying is Manu on the Warriors will not win 2 championships And Klay on the Spurs would win every champion, especially now that is inside out.
You can't
Double
prove that,
dunking,
though.
Klay Thompson. None
So
of the stuff we can't say proven. That's
So
why
they don't-
at
they
the
don't
beginning
get
of the
double?
show,
I
Steph?
just disagree
So
with
Steph
that.
that's
doesn't
why.
get double?
That's why beginning of the show we called everybody frontologists because all of this is us debating. So now we get right back into the things.
I would argue that maybe we win more than 2 with Manu instead of Klay.
I agree.
Okay.
I don't
Mars,
think. I don't think.
I
I don't
mean,
think
you
that.
could-
I
you
don't
could-
think
you
that
could get
Manu.
nasty
Enlighten
and
me.
say
Manu
Enlighten
doesn't.
me.
You
Manu
could get
doesn't
nasty and
provide
say
the
maybe
spacing
Manu
that
doesn't
Klay
get hurt
Thompson
in
does.
2019. Maybe we win against Toronto because Klay got hurt and Manu might not. But that would be a nasty take. You could argue
The
2016.
game Klay got hurt, he had 40, right? Or something like that.
He had 30, but
30.
he also missed game 3. You could argue that.
How much did he
played both
have?
of those games.
Now
He had
to
30
argue
in
that
game.
you're bringing
that
up
again?
injuries,
No, I'm saying hypothetically you could say that, but I said that would be nasty.
but because of no, let's stick to them on the court. Now let's not stick to
I'd
injuries.
also say 2016, Manu Ginobili there to take ball handling responsibilities off of Steph Curry. We could probably win that series. Probably close it out if we go up 3-1.
But then he's taking
That's
away
my
ball hand.
opinion.
No. But then he's taking away ball handling responsibilities from Draymond Green, and Draymond Green was having a phenomenal finals performance. So you can't do that.
The same thing. Let me ask you a question.
Not because
Why-
he was there ball handling.
Why are y'all jumping? I don't even think they make it to the finals. I don't think I don't think they make it to the finals. I don't not think that the Golden State Warriors come back from 3-1 with Manu and Steph. I do not. And now y'all
They
can
don't-
say
they
maybe
don't
they
come
won't
back
even go.
because
Maybe
they
they
don't
don't
go
go
down
down 3-1. Say it. Go
Can
ahead.
I-
Say it.
can
Maybe they
I-
don't
can
go
I-
down.
Can I ask you a question?
Hey, Manu gonna be out there ripping KD.
I want to ask you a
Okay.
question. Which system, the Manu, Tony Parker, Tim Duncan system compared to this Warriors system, which one promotes higher scoring for individual players?
I would
Because
say
if
the
we're
Warriors.
just looking
I would
at
say the
scoring-
Warriors.
right?
I would say
and
the
if
Warriors.
we're just looking at
And-
scoring as some
Mhm.
barometer for whatever
Mhm.
reason as to why that player is better, and we're not looking at their
Mhm.
entire game,
Right.
That's
then
what Mars
it's
is
a
doing.
flawed argument.
Hold on.
That's what
It's-
Mars is
I'm
doing.
gonna explain to you why it's not to me because the Warriors shoot threes, right? So you can say that it's a higher clip. I'm saying even if you put Manu in the Warriors offense, his offense would not inflate because I don't think he's as good as a shooter as them. So he could score in other bunches, but like Mars always
Mars,
say,
you have
3 is
numbers.
better than 3 is better than 2. So now let's go to Klay in the system with Duncan, and Klay's still shooting threes. Now with Tim Duncan, who could pass out the post, who's getting doubled, it's lights out. That's all I'm saying.
He
So
doesn't
you could
shoot as
say-
many threes.
And do y'all think?
He
Do y'all
doesn't-
think
he
why
doesn't
not?
shoot
that the
as many
Warriors?
threes
It's
because
no
that-
hand.
because
Listen,
no,
Ron, it's no
what-
handicaps on Klay
what do you-
shooting.
It
not?
isn't. It isn't. But because I mean, we can go to guys like Peja Stojakovic, who was an amazing shooter at that time. Yeah, you'll say
Why,
Klay's a better
why
shooter.
you keep saying
but-
at that time? They
No,
won a championship in 2014. What are you talking about?
Okay, so are we talking about 2014?
I'm just talking about the Spurs era. They won a championship in 2014, where before it, no 2000. Which one they lost?
Even in
Which one did they lose?
2014,
Even in
they lost. They won in
2014,
They lost.
2015.
Okay, even the
would-
one they
you
lost
would
in
shoot
20.
2015.
Hold on. Even the one they
Oh,
lost
2014, they
when
lost
Danny
2015.
Green was about to be Finals MVP in that system because he was to be the one making threes.
How many
so
threes did
Danny
he shoot
Green,
again? He probably
he
shot-
broke a record.
He
he
probably
broke
shot
a record.
He broke a
broke
record.
Okay, but he probably
Finals record.
he probably averaged 4 threes a game max. So I'm
Listen,
just saying.
I don't know. I think
see
more.
Klay-
I think
don't see
4 in
Klay
the
Bro,
first half.
threes
look
a game, though.
look at this discrepancy.
In what?
Manu Ginobili
In a slower pace.
just shot attempts. Manu Ginobili, his highest shots attempts in one season was 13. I would say he probably averaged around, it's looking like maybe 9, 10. Probably 10-ish. Call it 10. Bro, Klay Thompson averages 17 shots a game.
So
Okay.
I don't.
So,
but like, what do you?
What does that
And I
mean?
don't give a damn. Who cares? What
so
does
you're
that mean?
so if Manu Ginobili was taking more shot attempts, you don't think that he could run it up like Klay Thompson?
No,
My
I
fact of the matter is, Klay Thompson is always getting his shots wherever he is because he's Klay Thompson can shoot that way.
And Manu
That's my point.
averaged
Let me
19
ask
points
y'all.
that year.
Let
by
me
the
ask
way.
y'all this.
So I
let
don't
me ask
care
y'all
about the
this.
offensive system.
Do y'all think that the Golden State Warriors system would be as fluid as it is with Manu Ginobili? apart
No,
from Klay
no,
Thompson?
don't even ask that question. No, it would not.
I think it'd be just as fluid.
No, it wouldn't. No, it wouldn't.
That's because Manu was a good shooter. Manu
and
isn't just a terrible shooter.
Del, you asked why
they're predicated on
you're not putting Rajon Rondo out there, bro.
They're predicated on off-ball movement and shooting threes. And Klay Thompson is somebody that brings that into the highest
JD,
value,
what you just did, you're loving the structure and the not structure. You changed that word. You're loving the system they're doing in San Antonio to be, we do this, we're slow pace, with this, that, and third. And then you're negating the fact that the Warriors do that to
No, I'm not negating it. They both play within their system. That's great.
The whole system cannot work without Steph and Klay Thompson, bro.
Bro,
I bring up
the shot discrepancy because Manu Ginobili wasn't in that system. They weren't allowing him to jack shots.
Wait. You see that you were looking at it totally different. Maybe the system, and that's how he played. Of course, the system, that's a slow paced time. Because why was it able for, let's say, why was it okay for Danny Green to shoot so much threes at that time? For Patty Mills to come off the bench and shoot so much threes? I don't think Pop ever went to Manu and was like, yo, slow down the pace of your game. I think Manu, since he became an all-star and all this stuff, especially since he beat USA in the Olympics, have free reigns in the NBA to do what he does. So if the system is him playing that system, I don't think he ever had handcuffs on. This is me personally. I think Pop controlled the game, go through Duncan, but I do not think he had handcuffs. And then now, hold on. Now you're saying that, it's the system. The system is inside out, this, that, and the third. You could say that the system hold it down, but because Klay Thompson's system is shoot threes, shoot open threes, we run in transition, which get you open shots, was the point I wanted to make about fast break the other day. I think I don't see the what's the name? Because Klay's probably taking 4 or 5 shots, just not even in the half court. One pass up, Draymond up lane, fast break 3. That's the system.
Okay, so can I ask you a question? Because
Sure.
we're talking about system, blah, blah, whatever. I bring up shot attempts, and we're talking about a slower era, right? This might be stupid. I might be reaching, but do you think Manu Ginobili is a better player than Jason Terry? I'm going very crazy here.
I don't even want to answer the question. So just continue going.
Because you're saying less shots in this era, it's slower.
And assume my answer.
Bro, Jason Terry's shooting the ball more than Manu Ginobili in a slower era. And Manu Ginobili's way better than Jason Terry. So it has nothing to do with the era.
Wait, you're saying you're comparing Jason Terry shooting to Klay Thompson shooting? I don't get what you're doing.
Manu Ginobili. Because I'm trying to find somebody in that era who's not on the caliber of a Manu Ginobili, who's still shooting the ball more. Because if the argument is there's just not that many shots that go around because it's a slower era.
No. JD, only one person here brought up shot attempts. And it was you. I didn't bring up shot attempts. You brought up shot attempts. You're the only person that brought up shot attempts. Not me.
Because we're talking about scoring.
I don't care how much they shoot. I said this loudly. I don't give a damn. Manu could have taken 5 shots a game. I don't care. I know Manu have free range on the basketball court to do what he wants. If Manu took 14 shots a game.
Not really, though.
Because he shot 10 times? That's your thinking.
No, Del. Like, if you really think that he could have just cut it loose every game, any game, like of course there are the games where it's like,
this is what I'm saying. This in their system, you might not look at it as cut and loose, and you're looking at the Warriors system as cut and loose because they shoot so much threes. Their system look like it's a loose system, but I think the players that are shooting, like accumulative Klay shooting a transition 3, it's a Manu taking one of them shots that he's doing in his system. That's how I'm looking at it.
Yo, Dale, you also got to keep in mind that Manu was the third option on that team. And Klay would have been the third option on that team, too.
Klay was the third option, too.
Klay was a third and sometimes fourth option.
Shaq just dropped the link.
Was there.
Shaq just dropped the link in the chat. If you want to come up here and debate, click that link and come up. We're going to prioritize people who have cameras to pull you up first. Sid had smoke for you, Mars. Mars, give me what you smoke, bro. Stop disrespecting my guy. You say he's top 2 shooter, and then he's overrated.
I'm good.
This is for you, Del. Shaq said, "Wait, JD, can you ask where Klay ranks as a number 2 all time?"
When has Klay been a number 2 to some? Mars just sat here. You compared. Hold on. You just compared. You said Manu was a 3, Ron. Mars just said Draymond is better than Klay, and they're on the same team. So clearly,
number
he's
two
the
scoring option, but he was the number 3
no.
best
You could be a
player,
number
yes.
2. You could be a number 2 scoring
Yes, he was
option.
the third best player on the team. Yes.
So that
But
means
he was
he's the
number
third
2
option,
scorer.
correct? Or no?
No,
I don't know how people do options. Some people do it as scoring option. Some people do it as best player. I don't know.
Yo,
How
Klay
you
is
do
clearly
it?
the second best.
How do you
has
do it,
been the
Mark?
second
For me, if
option
you're-
on that team.
For
Clearly.
me, if you're the second best player, that's how it is.
That-
I don't do
Okay,
this
so
option
he's
stuff.
so for Klay, he's a number 3. Mars is number 3. For
Yes,
Ron, he's a number
third,
2.
He's the third best player on the team. Yes.
Okay.
I
DJ, what's
wouldn't even
good,
say
bro?
Draymond's better
What's
than
good,
Klay,
bro?
no matter what. But
What
I
you
got a
got
question
for
for Dale.
Yeah.
Like, why you don't never hold KD accountable?
damn.
You said what? Hold him what?
Why you don't never hold him accountable? Like the stuff he be doing.
How
like,
long have you been watching our show?
For like 3-4 months now.
After they got swept, did you watch that show? Every time after KD lost, do I ever bring up Steve Nash? Do I ever bring up? I blame it on one person every single time. I don't bring up Kyrie Irving. What do you call it? Ramadan. I don't bring up nothing. The fact
But
that
I'm
they
saying,
got.
when Ticket,
No,
when
you're
Ticket,
asking me. When Ticket
Hey,
what?
look, when he had brought up like the burning accounts and stuff, like you kept trying to like go over that. Like that's what he like. That's what KD. That's what he do. Like that's his character.
Okay.
Like,
Okay. If his character, let's say his character is creating a burner account, right?
yeah.
Like, and then he admitted it through his words, like, yeah, I'm worried about what people was thinking. I didn't want to what a name. And then now he don't. My problem with what Ticket said is the fact of the matter is stand on your joint, stand on your whatever. Okay. He created a burn account, say he did it because he didn't want to, whatever the case may be. Now that he responds to the people, he's soft because he's responding. So where's the line? Where's the winning? If when I create a burn account and say I was wrong for that, but because I didn't want people to whatever the case, I'm Kevin Durant, everybody looking at me. I created a burn account. I did this, said all the whatever. Now I don't have a burn account. I'm responding to the same people. Now I'm weak because I'm responding through my own name. Now I didn't see which is the. I don't know what accountability I have to hold him for. Stand on what? He created a burn account. There's nothing to stand on that. But
Even like when when we arguing about like his game, like basketball, like.
okay.
Always,
Wait,
like,
pause. No. Don't ask this question yet. No. I know. Keep your question. Wait, I gotta say, your first question was accountability. I explained to you when I held him accountable for getting swept. Then it was the burn count. I explained that, and then you agreed with both. Like, all right, now it's both is a lose-lose. Now your third question is what?
No, I ain't lose though. What you mean? I ain't lose. Like
it has to. Okay, you create an account. You or wouldn't. You create one. People say, yo, why you did that? Whatever the case. I bet I shouldn't do it. I got caught. Boom. Now I don't create a burn account. Now I'm responding. Now I'm weak because I'm responding now as well.
we could throw that out the way. I got another question.
All right, go ahead.
So like when we discuss KD and like what he
you
does,
you look like Plies, by the way.
Plies?
Yeah.
I never got that.
From what I can see, you got Plies. Go ahead.
Like when we discuss his game, like you always like try to like. I don't know if that's like how you like you just go off like how he move and stuff like KD like
how he move. I don't know how he move. You pause that, but
like you always say like he just better at basketball. Like I don't understand that. Like why you can't like keep the same energy with everybody. It's just that with KD you just be like he just better at basketball. That's the only thing you like say like. You don't go into detail on like what he do.
But because I said this numerous times. If you have a player, right, I don't think I need to go in details if you find a player better. You see what I'm saying? I don't have to tell you why I think someone is better because I'm not trying to make you think he's better as well. I don't care what you think. Feel me? So if I say the sky is red, right, and it's really blue, if in my mind I think it's red, I have no indication to ever think about making you feel the same way. You're gonna feel how you want to feel. That's what I feel. Right. I think KD's the best player in basketball. You guys don't. You could bring up, oh, he got swept. Oh, this person do this better. All I'm hearing is that right there. That's all I'm hearing. That right there is all I'm hearing. Because my mind is staying the same. That's what I feel. I feel he's the best player.
Even after he got swept, bro, like
exactly. You see, right? Because what y'all go into doesn't determine him
getting not the
swept.
Best in the world, bro.
Oh, right, and that's fine. Cool that. Like you can say that, but that doesn't determine to me. Him getting swept, he's still the best player in basketball to me. When I look at basketball players and what he doing in the basketball, I think he's the best player.
So it'd be that way. All right, bro.
And
That's
you at
all I
work,
had.
bro, in the mall, and you at work in the mall, and you coming up here trying to mess with me on this sunny day.
Hey, I'm on break, bro.
Oh, I bet.
Hey, I appreciate y'all though. I watch the show like every time. So
Nah, for sure.
appreciate
Thank you,
y'all,
man.
boys.
Appreciate you, DJ.
All right, bro.
All right, DJ.
Try to sneak in a buy.
Look at
Funny,
Ace
Ron.
Boogie looking fly.
What's up, man? I'm at the office.
Wait, this is Ace Boogie?
Yeah.
Oh, y'all
Good,
seen him
Ace.
before? Damn.
What's
I
up?
never
What's
have.
up? What's up, man?
I have no idea who Ace Boogie looked like. I'm sorry.
Dale, we were on a
What's up,
show
Ace?
together. That's crazy, but I'm gonna hold that down.
Wow.
look.
It was
Oh,
a long.
for real?
It was a long time
Yeah,
ago.
it was-
Long.
it was-
Oh,
it's been
yeah,
some
I
months,
don't
though.
remember. You know,
Yeah,
it's
no, it's been a-
prehistorian days. That means you goaded for still being here, though.
Yeah, it's been a while. But now listen,
Yeah.
this whole Manu and Klay thing, right?
Yeah, talk to us.
I'm gonna talk to you, Ron, because you're not really making much sense with a lot of your points, right? So you're saying
That's fine.
even with the whole stats, and I guess I'll talk to you, Dale, you, JD, and Mars. Y'all keep talking about how Manu did more when Duncan and Parker were out, right? Can y'all give the stats?
yeah.
What was his stat line in his career when he played without them?
I never said
I
that.
never
That was
said
Mars.
when
Yeah, that
Duncan
was
and
just
Parker
me.
was out.
So
I
now-
said
now
he did
have to
it
pull up
playing
the
with
exact
it.
numbers.
What? Okay, so here's the thing,
But
right?
the numbers is
And-
the
and I
reason
think-
why you're saying that.
Exactly. And another thing y'all are doing
What
is
numbers?
it's not
Counter Mars.
it's not Klay's fault he's in the system that he's in. You know what I'm saying? So if you do swap the system, let's say, so y'all don't think Klay can do the same thing Manu did if he comes off the bench for the Spurs?
I don't think anyone's saying that he couldn't do similar things. I think at least what I was getting at is that I think Manu Ginobili is a more well-rounded basketball player. And from my perspective, if you put Manu Ginobili on a team where he's the number one, he would fare much better than Klay Thompson as a number one on any team.
But what do you base that off of?
Watching his game.
His ability to score, his ability to play make, his ability to just ball handle and control the offense, his ability to grab rebounds and go coast to coast, his ability to play defense, and him being an above average shooter.
But that's what, okay. And another, you were bringing up the shooting. I don't think it's even remotely close when you're talking about shooting. I think
it's
Klay
not-
is
it's
so
not.
far
thinks it's close.
than
No one thinks
shooting.
it's close.
And I think he's a much better
Yo,
defender than Manu is too.
That's just because we've seen Klay play recently. It's
No, I
hard
mean,
to recollect.
You can
12,
look at the
13 years ago.
games. You can still, I mean, you can go back.
I mean,
and look
when's
at
the last time you
games.
looked at Manu play in 2007, 2008, though? You know what I'm
I mean,
saying? Like we've
that's a good point.
seen
But-
Klay guard people
That's a good point.
over the last 3, 4, 5 years.
Yeah, and even when you were bringing up, you said earlier too that you think Manu would have had a better playoff this year than Klay did, right?
Yeah.
You think if Manu's coming off the same injury, he's playing just as well?
What we can't say that because Manu never came off that injury.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm just saying based on what
If he was healthy, of course he would play better.
Ron, context is gross right now. The fact, hold on, just one thing. I'm sorry to cut one thing. The fact that you just said we're saying Klay is a better defense because we didn't see Manu in 13 years. So never in your life, right? Tell me that. Let's say even Hakeem Olajuwon or these other defenders of the past are better than today just because we haven't seen them recently.
No, I remember Manu playing defense. I gave you guys a moment. I'm saying like
Who's
Manu,
you guys? Not me. We in the same ballpark. You said wow, you're just thinking Klay because we've seen Klay in the last 4 or 5 years.
He meant him. He meant that
I think
he probably
he's
has
talking about
Manu
you
recently.
brought up the block. You brought up that one block he had on James Harden some years ago.
But
Right.
it's a lot of other moments of just Manu just getting steals, getting blocks, just playing the passing lanes and things. And
Hey
things of that
Mars,
nature.
Mars.
Do you-
I need to ask you where do you find these little stats you be finding? Because I'm looking at.
I think he
some
makes
stats
them
right-
up, but I'm gonna.
I'm looking at some
I
stats
think he
right
makes
now.
them up.
I'm looking at some stats right
Yeah,
now with
make
Manu
'em up.
Ginobili and Klay Thompson comparing the two. They're just about the same without their like Tim Duncan and Stephen Curry. I can't find without Stephen Curry and Kevin Durant, so I need to know which website you use. Because Manu's shooting
I haven't looked
43%
this up
from
in
the
a while,
field
but
and
I'll try to
33
find
from
it.
three. Klay Thompson shooting 44 and 39 from three. Efficiency numbers, I know that's a higher efficiency than Manu Ginobili. So the point that you made about him playing without his star guy doesn't really make sense.
www.marge-lowslogic.com.
Bro,
I need to see it. I need to see
Dub,
this, honestly.
but Dub, you
This is his point. This is his
I
point.
understand, but
yours.
you're completely ignoring that just because Tony Parker and Tim Duncan are out doesn't mean they drop the system. The system remains.
No,
Jay,
yo,
this is
JD,
his
you're
point,
arguing
Jay.
something different than what Mars is arguing, JD.
This is
like,
his
like
point,
if I
bro.
shoot a bullet, JD, that's not your bullet right there. That's Mars said this point. That's not your bullet, JD. Like
just
when
let
JD
it go
Bullet
by,
says,
bro.
yeah, just let it go. Look.
Let me jump in front of Mars and catch a stray really quick.
You ever saw Wanted, the movie?
He's gonna curve it around him.
They bend
Yeah, like that's not that was because you were speaking about the system and the structure. Mars said some points about them not being on the court when they're playing. He's higher level when these people are not playing.
Oh, I didn't.
Dub went to look at that. That's what we're talking about right now.
Got
When he want to bring up system and all that stuff, that's your bullet, JD.
I just saved Mars.
Now you want to be a panelist because they called you an L host. It's crazy. Because they called you an L host and you want to be a panelist. It's kind of crazy.
I mean, when we're talking about when I watch the most basketball, I got to tap in.
Yeah,
I don't think you're gonna find it. I don't think it's there because it's not a thing. It's not there. Also,
and then hold on, Ace. And then the fact of the matter is, with Mars says stuff to us every time when we just take it and say, "Yo, honestly, it's like you hearing a closing ceremony as a graduation from Morgan Freeman. It just sounds so beautiful." It's like, and we're like sitting there like.
And I tell people all the time, a lot of people let Mars was slow because
now Dub just did a little research, and Mars had been down. Mars, we just want a couple numbers. We know you got them, bro.
That's why I'm looking for them. I mean, I don't research.
No, I'm just saying based on how you say it, it's like they're at a fingertip. Like, you know, back in the day we had bookmarks.
Because I remember seeing it, so I know what I see.
They're pretending like Mars has Manu Ginobili bookmarked.
Yeah, like I don't just have numbers on deck to just pull up whenever I didn't expect to.
The numbers we have right now is 44 and 39 compared to Joe Nobly's 42 and 33.
Joe Nobly.
So Mars,
that's career numbers.
So based off what you just said, right? Since you said you don't have the numbers just there, so when you say this stuff, are you just spitballing it and not expecting people to like fact check you?
I think we got a fact check.
That's what it sounds like.
I'm going off of what I remember, and then if you guys ask for the proof, I'll try and find it, but I can't just pull it up instantly.
Okay.
Mars, it's some things of my era when I grew up in is like so I can't even be that nasty, but like, you know, when I'm back in high school or early college days and you see this fine little dime piece, right? And you'd be like, yeah, I hit that.
Jesus.
In my mind, I'm like, yeah, I hit that. I told my mans and them, yeah, I hit that. You know, they'll believe me, they'll take my word because they respect me to that level. And then when Dale, you know, when we like, oh, yo, how was it? And then you just like, and we used to call it like, yo, why you lying on your dick? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that's from where I grew up. So you always bringing up stats and we just believe in you. It's like, damn, and right now it's the first time it's like trying to stat check and you was like, I don't remember where I said it. I don't remember when we went on the date. I don't remember this, that, and the third. And I'm like, yo, Mars, I don't want that to happen to you. Cause you know you like my little bro. You my little bro. I don't want to see you go through that, bro. So next time for next show Sunday, maybe you have the stats.
All right, we got one more up here, and then it's looking like Shaq's coming through. Thank you, Ice Boogie.
Y'all be easy.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
All right, bro.
Yo, Dell. Let me talk to you real quick, bro. Ooh. So you said that.
Hold on. Pause. My son is crying. Hold on.
All right.
You're gonna have to wait. I want to hear this.
Mm-hmm.
That was he came in hot.
Hey, what's good, bro? Hey, what's your name?
My name is Anwar. Nice to meet you. Mars, me and you have talked in the Discord before. I don't know if I'm on Weezy, the one that you gave that corny emoji to.
That corny
like a few weeks ago.
Oh, okay. Hello.
Yeah. I'm just waiting for Dell to come back because like Dell is saying that Manu and Steph with the 2016 Warriors have no chance of going to the finals. That's crazy.
Yo, I'm back. My camera got to be off though. I'm here. Go ahead.
All right, so let me get this straight. You think with Manu on the 2016 Warriors, no Klay like you said, but Manu on there, they have no shot of going to the finals?
I said I don't think they come back from 3-1.
But do you still think they can go to the finals?
If they can't come back from 3-1, where do they lose?
Oh, okay, bro. So wait, so all right, but wait, but why? Why though? I want to hear your reasoning. Why?
I don't think the Golden State, of course, they were a great defensive team at the time, right? I don't think the Golden State offense is the exact same with Manu than it is with Klay. And of course, they play defense, but they're very offensive minded. Like their offense is their engine as well, more so I think than their defense. Which I don't know, you could whatever. So I think their offense would be hit with Manu instead of Klay. I think it's way more fluent with Klay because look what they became with Klay, and that's my reasoning right there.
And you're saying that because the way how Klay plays with him being off ball and how that can benefit Curry, right? That's what I'm assuming, right? Like how the both of them mesh, right?
I'm saying that based on how Klay Thompson shoot the basketball.
Okay.
That's why. Based on what Klay possesses, being him on the floor, being able to shoot the basketball. And yo, you know what's crazy though? This one is for you, Mars. I remember one time you said the Golden State Warriors system will not work with a Damian Lillard to the same extent instead of Steph Curry because Steve Kerr saw that he had Steph and Klay and it worked so fluently. So the fact of the matter is you thinking that it will be the same with Manu. I think Dame is a better fit than Manu in the Warriors system than Klay than
Dame's not Manu. Dame's not Manu.
I never said this.
Manu's taller. He's a better defender.
Hold on. You're not.
Wait, are you saying Dame better than Manu?
No. I said Dame.
First and foremost, we can nip that in the bud right now. I'm taking Dame Lillard over Manu. We can stop that here.
I am too.
But to play with Steph?
No. You see, you're not hearing what I'm saying. Me and Mars had a discussion before, and I said he don't see the Warriors system working if it was Dame instead of Steph.
Okay.
That's what he said, and I said, why not? He went to his numbers machine and did his thing, whatever the case may be. Boom. He said Steve Kerr saw what he had in that backcourt of two shooters at this peak level. Yada yada yada. This is what he said. So now all I'm saying is, why do y'all believe it will work with Steph and Manu when it's not the same peak level?
The thing about it though is first off, Dame's not better than Steph.
Hold on.
Manu's better than Klay.
But
and that's
it's based on shooting the
I can see
it's based on shooting. Let me ask you a question. Paul George is better than Klay, right? Everybody would think so.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Mars, right, Ron?
Mm-hmm.
We can say that.
Right, Paul George is a better basketball player than Klay.
Yeah.
Come on, Ron, you know he is.
I mean, a better basketball player, but in certain systems, I mean,
right.
But in this system, I get what you're saying. But in this system, Manu fits this system.
I never said he didn't. I never said he didn't, bro. He doesn't fit it like Klay.
He doesn't.
If the glove don't fit, what did the dude say for OJ's system?
But the glove fits. But the glove
doesn't fit like Klay fit. No, all 5 fingers is apex to the top with Klay.
He doesn't have to fit the system as perfectly as Steph or as Klay, or even be as good a shooter as Klay to still be effective in that system.
I've never said he wasn't going to be effective. I just think they don't go the same distance. And all the words you're saying, I never said would not happen. They don't go the same distance with Manu and Klay in the backcourt than Klay and Steph. I'm sorry, they do not.
People are not saying it just because Klay shoots the ball so well.
That's the system. Hello, duh. You're only saying it because it's a high low between Shaq and Kobe.
Their system's not just shooting, though. Their system's a whole lot deeper than shooting.
You're also forgetting the cuts and the screens and stuff like that.
Why do y'all think the cuts? This is back to Mars and the playmaking. Why do y'all think the cuts and all that is open? Is because these two light-skinned motherfuckers shoot like that.
Okay,
yeah, that's true.
You gotta respect Manu Ginobili at the 3-point line too. I'm not saying that he can shoot as good as Klay.
Why every team in the NBA don't run this system like this? Because they don't have them two backcourt mates to run it like this. That's why.
But what are we arguing? What are we arguing?
I mean, I just have to ask because when Dell said it earlier, it sounded like so vague and so nasty, like it didn't really. Like he didn't really.
That's what it be. Like that's how it be though. When you in the crowd and you just seeing stuff, then you get up screen and be like, options are made closer than they appear. This is that kind of moment. It's like when you get in the you see in the crowd, you listen, and it's like, damn, I don't know how that feels. Then you come here, you're like, I'm not saying nothing off the wall. I love Manu Ginobili. I think he can fit with the Warriors. I just don't think he fits like Klay. That's all I said.
I've been said that. I got two more things. This one is kind of off topic, but like I need to ask you, Del. So who do you think had a better year last year, Giannis or KD?
Basketball year? I'll have to say Giannis because they went farther in the playoffs. Because they went farther. KD got swept, bro. He got swept. But if you ask me this question at the end of the regular season, I would have said Kevin Durant. But the playoffs happened, so I can't negate that.
So you think KD had a better regular season than Giannis?
Yes, I did. Yes. Based on the amount of game Kevin Durant played in the regular season and his team record, I think he had a better regular season than Giannis. I do.
Okay.
I do.
Okay. I just have to ask because I know I've been watching for a minute, so I know how you are with KD. So I just want to see how consistent you'll be with it. But before I go, you mind if I shout something out real quick?
Go ahead.
So me and my guys, we do our own podcast. It's called the No Kizzy Podcast.
Is that like no cap?
Kind of, but kind of not. It's just it's like a Philly lingo thing. It's like
you're from Philly?
Yeah.
What part? Like north, south? I go work out in Philly. I live in Delaware.
Northeast and west. Northeast.
I live in Delaware, so you're fairly close.
Wait, you. That means I might gotta play you sometime. What part of Delaware you live in?
Play me?
Moved. Yeah.
Play me in what?
Dominoes?
Basketball.
Yeah. Yo, stop. Yo.
bro.
Let me ask you a question. And this might sound crazy though. You're like what, 5'8", 5'7"?
Damn, you hit it on the nose.
So I'm like on a higher end of 5'8", but I still lock you up though.
The higher end of 5'8" is
I'll
crazy.
still lock you up though. That's how it is.
So let me know. DM me on Instagram. I go to gym in Philly all the time. I'll be at UPenn. I'll be at Nova. I'll be out that way. So if you ever want to, it'll be good for the culture.
Yo, that is crazy.
I bet I got you, bro.
All right.
But yeah, man. Thank you for having me on here and check us out, man.
Fire, Anwar. No Kizzy Podcast. Got you. All right, bro. Thanks for tapping in. Bro.
Subscribe.
Let's get Desto in here and then Lowe's waiting.
Talk about subscribe. Can we like the video?
Hey, what's up, y'all? I appreciate y'all letting me on.
Yes, sir. What's up, bro?
Hey, so it's hard enough as it is just to compare like great players at the top, and with these two guys like Manu and Klay, it's hard. Just the same because they both were like second and third options, like respectively at like different points throughout their career. And when we're talking about like how Dale said putting Manu on the Warriors, I think they would have been great. I don't know if they would have been as great just because of their system was so like dependent on how Steph and Klay shot the ball, and it created everything for everybody else. I think Klay would have been great with San Antonio, but I don't know if he would have been as great as Manu because Manu, Tony Parker, and Tim Duncan, they were like the engine for the team. I know the team shared the ball and did everything like that, but they were like the engines. And I seen how like how he tried to compare it to Danny Green, how they kind of took Danny Green out that series. If you watch it like later on, just being like a shooter. I know Klay Thompson is a better version of Danny Green, but it's just hard enough as it is to compare those guys. I just want to like appreciate how great they were in their roles because I remember watching the 2005 finals. Manu was arguably like finals MVP. That's how great he was against Detroit. Like he was a monster. But I'm just imagining Klay stepping in his role, doing everything that he did as a playmaker, as a pick and roll ball handler.
He can't play making. He can't be a pick and roll ball handler like
that's
that.
What I'm saying.
You got to throw that out the window.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like so, but I'm looking at like how Dale said how how Klay was able to step up in all those game sixes, playing off Steph, coming off screens, just dropping 30, 40. I don't know if Manu can do that just the same in that system. You know, so it's hard enough as it is. The only thing I would say, I would only give the edge to Manu slightly because of his versatility. If we're looking at it from a hypothetical standpoint of who would be the best player on the team if they started the team, Manu can do a lot more things. But as being like second and third stars, respectively, it's just hard enough to compare, if that makes sense. Because they both did things great, and you know, but they did it in different ways, in like different systems. You feel what I'm saying?
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, I definitely got you.
I think those are all great points. In my eyes.
Yeah, it's just tough. Like I don't see the huge separation. All I see is the versatility point for Manu because he was able to, like how I can't think of the name right now, but how you said he was a great shooter as well. He's an underrated shooter, and he can play off the ball, but he can play on the ball as well. He has some athleticism to him as well too. So if you're looking at it as a best player on the team type standpoint, then I can see you choose a Manu over Klay, but respectively, they were just like great stars in their roles, as I see it.
Yeah, I
Fair
just
points.
think that Klay Thompson just impacts the game way crazier than Manu Ginobili. I think he's
Based on what?
Based on Klay Thompson.
Based on him just shooting threes?
I mean, yes, it adds to it.
Okay,
I mean,
the game is deeper than just shooting threes. No.
Steph Curry and his impact is mainly because of shooting threes, Ron. I mean, it is what it is. I just can't negate that, you know? Same way LeBron is so impactful a lot of times because of his athleticism as well and his IQ. I can't just take that away from him. Klay Thompson, the impact he brings is something that's like, it's irreplaceable, bro. And when Klay Thompson's on, it really changes the whole flow of the game, and the defense that he brings as well. It's something that even though Manu, you guys say is underrated, he clears Manu Ginobili easily, the same way that Manu clears Klay Thompson in playmaking. So I just have to go with Klay Thompson, bro. I mean, that's just ridiculous. A guy who can fit. We talk about people who could fit in any role. Klay Thompson's a guy.
Any three-point shooter could fit on any team. Yes, of
Klay
course.
Thompson can fit.
How does that make him a
any
better basketball
role.
player? That is dumb.
What you mean? I just walked through everything else.
He can fit on any team in the NBA in any era. Of course.
Jay, I just named every single other thing, and I ended it with
you
that
didn't.
last point. What the fuck?
You said
yes,
shooting and defense.
Yeah, I said the impact that he brings with his shooting.
Okay,
yes.
one.
I think that and the impact that he brings with his defense.
Two things. Okay.
Klay, even though Manu Ginobili is a better ball handler,
better basketball player, but go on.
Better ball handler. I think I
player.
would still take Manu. I would still take Klay Thompson over Manu Ginobili.
I mean, I think that's just like kind of based off like things you value. That's basically what it comes down to at the end of the day. Because Klay, he's like a top 2, top 3 shooter ever. But let's say they find a way to neutralize his shooting. What else can he do? I think that's what his point is. The host and Manu.
The host.
I can't. I ain't my mind blank right now. You JD, right?
Yes.
Okay, I got you. Yeah, but he's just more versatile in a way. But like you said, if Klay's on, it's very few, and I mean very few people who can change the game just like Klay. So it's all about like what you value in your second and third guy at the end of the day. I think Manu would have been great in the Warriors system, just like Klay would have been great in the Spurs system. They thrived like as they did, and it's it's tough. It's a tough comparison because it just comparing eras and play styles and everything is just it make your
there's a
your
lot of
brain
factors in place
crazy.
For sure. All right, so we're about to bring Lo up here. We appreciate you tapping in, bro.
I appreciate you.
Yes, sir.
Peace.
All right, let's get Lo in here. Before Lo starts talking, let me run through these really quick. Sharon Rada, Kawhi got better when he left the Spurs. Eric Dupree, they're not down 3-1 in the first place with Manu in 16. Hello, Lo.
I hate those talking points.
Yo, what up, man?
Because Klay Thompson was on Russell Westbrook. That means you will want Manu Ginobili on Russell Westbrook.
You look disappointed.
Not mad at that. He was guarding James Harden.
Bro, stop, bro. You take one.
He was guarding James Harden. Hey, that's a scoring goal.
You take one
That's
play
a
and you think
scoring
that
goal.
this, bro. You take one play and you think that they got that switch because they wanted Manu Ginobili guarding him, bro. It's just Manu made a great defensive play. You're not going in like
Manu does that though.
Mars, can you help us out, Lo?
Mars, I'm disappointed in you, Mars, man. You let these people get on this show and just talk straight shenanigans. It's ridiculous, bro. You allow them to say straight shenanigans, and you know it's shenanigans, and you just don't say anything. First and foremost, it shouldn't even be a conversation. Like the Ginobili Klay thing. Ginobili's a better player. I don't know what we're even doing right now. He's a better player, better fit. Doesn't really matter. That's absurd. Anybody says any different?
Better fit.
He's a better fit. He's a better fit. He's a better fit. He's a better fit on the Warriors. He's a better fit on the Warriors.
No, he's not.
He's a better.
He does not provide the spacing that Klay Thompson
yes,
does.
he would.
The system does not operate the same way with a Manu Ginobili the way that Klay Thompson. Based off of what?
Based off of the numbers, based off of me watching it,
the numbers.
He does.
Numbers. No, bro. That's where we just disagree.
From 2008 to 2012, Manu Ginobili is shooting 38% from three. He can shoot threes. It's not like he can't space the floor out.
We're not saying he can't shoot threes, but it doesn't provide the same impact that a Klay Thompson does.
You're right. It doesn't. It provides more because he's also a better playmaker as well.
No, hold on. I ran back. I'll be quick question, quick thought. How many threes did Manu take a game when he shot those 38%? That's all I want to know.
Like 3?
I'm coming. Yeah, like attempt per game.
Like 3.
5. Actually, almost close to 5. Four and a half.
From 2008 to what's the name? He took 5 threes a game.
2005 to 2012, 4.
Every year he took 4 a game. That's not that bad then. 4.38. That's not that bad. How much does Klay Thompson shoot while he shoots 40?
Like 8.
Okay.
9.
I'm coming.
Different era. This is the reason why we're even comparing 3-point shooting when we all know 3-point shooting has shot up over the past 5 years in contrast to others. It doesn't make any sense. There's also years though. If I were to lower the sample size from 2008 to 2012, he's attempting nearly 5 3-pointers a game. At that time, Manu Ginobili was an excellent 3-point shooter. It would be able to translate to where we are right now. He would clearly shoot more threes now than he did back then. Mute point. Him being a floor spacer wouldn't be a problem. He would actually add more to the team.
It's not even about the floor spacing. It's about the impact that is brought. What you're basically saying is that anybody who shoots somewhat near to the same percentages as Klay Thompson could do the same exact thing that Klay Thompson has done and not just disagree with that.
I've never said that.
That's basically what you're saying. That's basically what you're saying about using the percentages. You're saying just because Manu Ginobili was a 39 and 40% shooter from the 3, that he could provide the same impact.
That's not what I said either. That's not what I said. That's not what I'm saying. You sat there and said
defending low instead of defending Dub. That's not what he said. Jumping on low back. When has Mars ever said anything about that's not what he said? Sue's logo, he want to jump on his back like he's
whatever.
That's what he
said. Nah, you talking the whole Giannis and KD talk last week, bro? We're gonna get into that for a second.
We always gonna get into Giannis and KD. Yeah, that's exactly. But that's not what I said. Me and your conversation has nothing to do with Mars whispering for you. That's not what he said. Come on, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that.
He whispers the truth. He whispers the truth.
I don't care what I've never heard Mars defend anyone. I'm not doing that.
Because he defends the truth.
Okay, whatever.
Wait, can I just say that Joe Harris will probably do the same thing as Klay Thompson since he shot higher percentages?
That's not the argument.
That's what you're basing it off of. That's what you're basing it off of.
I've said that before.
You said
that's what you're basing it off.
No, it's not. Yo, you sat there and said because of spacing. I said it's Manu Ginobili can also space. And then you said based off of what? I said based off of numbers. I didn't say he's just as good as a spacer, but you bring up spacing in this conversation of fit. No, Ginobili would also be able to fit.
I said spacing, but I also provided the level of impact that Klay Thompson does. You're not going to sit here and say that Klay Thompson and the way that he shoots the ball, that Manu Ginobili is somewhere near that. It's not.
You're not leaving Manu open though.
It's not about that, but the impact of a Klay Thompson,
have to have that same level of impact.
For some reason, y'all just keep ignoring that. The reason why that Golden State Warriors system is able to flourish is because of Stephen Curry and Klay Thompson. The impact.
So why were they that good this year then?
The emergence of Jordan Poole.
Was Jordan Poole as impactful as a 3-point shooter as Klay Thompson?
I think the Golden State Warriors was
It's
just
a yes or no question.
I think the Golden State Warriors was more than just a Jordan Poole, though. I think Andrew Wiggins stepped
but
up.
that
Yeah,
proves the
Draymond Green there.
point.
You also had guys in the bench playing well as well.
That proves the point, though.
Low. I get your
That
point. When
proves
you
the
I
point.
get that point, but let me ask you a question though. Without Klay Thompson there, would the Warriors win the championship this year? Forget what he did or how he played. Yes or no?
Are we just saying without him, or we replace him with Manu? What are we saying?
Because that's basically what you're doing now when you're saying you can't bring up Jordan Poole and all that stuff because Klay Thompson is still on the court. Replace him with Manu. With Manu.
They would still win with Manu. Yes.
This year.
Yes.
Bro, I'm sorry. I don't see it, bro.
And they might win with Manu at his current age.
Like, stop.
See,
stop.
Stop.
Nah, stop.
But the reason why I said it is because
Jordan Poole plays better because Klay Thompson's on the court. Andrew Wiggins plays better because Klay Thompson.
But Jordan Poole was playing fine in the beginning of the season. Klay Thompson wasn't there.
He was, but I'm just saying it helps him that Klay's on the court. That's what I'm saying.
It does, but if we're replacing him with Manu, then it would also help Jordan Poole that Manu's on the court.
I just don't think. I think Klay is a bigger. I don't know the word when he's other than Manu in this Warrior system. He's a bigger cog than Manu would ever be.
So when he shot 1 for 8 from 3 in game 1 and they still won.
You can't do that. But that's not the point of him.
You said the finals. In the finals, he only had like 2 great 3-point shooting games.
Okay, let's say he shot one. The fact of the matter is he's still on the court, bro.
I'm not denying that, but you're replacing him with Manu.
That means if he was 5 for 8, they would have won the game easier, basically.
But they still won.
Okay, but what is that? Right.
You asking me what they have won?
They still
the
won
finals.
because he played bad. I get that. Right. I totally get it. But Klay's gravity on the court of who Klay Thompson is
Manu would have gravity.
Not like Klay. That's what I'm saying. Like I agree, Manu Ginobili is a good player. I just don't think he's a better player than Klay Thompson, bro. I really don't.
He's definitely a better player.
And
you know what's so crazy? It's really absurd that you saying that, Mr. Skill himself. Because it's identifiable that Manu Ginobili is a more skilled player. It's identifiable.
Right.
What do you mean?
It is identifiable that Manu Ginobili is a more skilled player.
I think he's a better pick and roll player and attacking the basket. That's it.
So, but that means he would also be a better ball handler.
But okay, this is my point. In Warrior system, we don't see Klay Thompson don't have to do all of those things.
But who do you think is a better ball handler?
Manu, 100%. Dribble, crossover, all that.
Okay, so Mr. Skill himself. Why is it that you cannot identify that Manu Ginobili is a better player than Klay Thompson?
Because I think Klay Thompson's better than Manu.
Why? I'm asking you why.
Everything he does to me for the Warriors, I think he does better than Manu would if he was on the Warriors.
Who's a better player?
To me, Klay Thompson or Manu. I think Klay Manu is better skilled than Klay Thompson, but Klay Thompson's a better player. It's just like I think Kyrie Irving is more skilled than Stephen Curry, but Stephen Curry is the better player. I've said that before on this show. Kyrie's more skilled than
Steph Curry is more impactful.
I'm going to say you can easily argue though that Steph Curry is just more impactful regardless of the skills in which you're displaying. In terms of Manu though,
no, you just no. Now you bring something else. You brought the skills versus player argument, right? So I just brought another person who I think is more skilled, Steph. I think KD is more skilled than Kobe. KD is more skilled than Kobe, but I think Kobe's a better player.
Just like Giannis is a better player, right?
Than who? Today is not our Giannis and KD. You know we're gonna have that probably 5 times this year.
I find
Today's
this
not
funny
that day
because you have two people arguing different points that none of them really never argue. Low really doesn't go to skill, and Dell really doesn't go to the other side. I think this is really
I just find it hypocritical. I find it hypocritical that for somebody who pushes skill, it is identifiable that Manu Ginobili is a more skilled player.
But I've done it before though. With this, I've never said a person that's more skilled is also always the best player. I've never wholeheartedly. Y'all just say that because y'all know who I garnered skill in KD, which is gonna go back to that. Exactly.
You'll be consistent with it. That's all.
I'm very consistent with it though, because other than skills, I think KD does other stuff on the basketball court as well. Like, let's say, who's more skillful, Manu or I saw Gilbert talk about this, Jamal Crawford?
To me, it's Manu.
I would say Manu, yeah.
is more skilled than Jamal Crawford?
Yeah, I would say Manu.
Bro, I think what you really mean, Del, is versatility. Can do more things because skill. You're talking about skills in different areas. So you're really talking
JD,
about
I didn't bring up
versatility.
skills just now. Lo did that with the Klay and Manu.
But I'm saying when
I wasn't
arguing
having
about
a skill debate.
we're arguing about who's
today.
more skilled. Really, what you're saying is you're just more versatile. You can do more things, essentially.
Not even things, is scoring. Just how different ways to score. It's really,
Sure.
It's really just that. But in terms of going back to the original point, Manu's he's a better player. He's he'll be a better fit for the Warriors because he would add way more diversity to the offense because of his playmaking, ball handling ability. To add another playmaker on that team.
Let me ask you a question.
Crazy.
Right. Let me ask you a question. And people might hate this, but I'm not trying to compare the players because it's nothing to say that they're the same type of player. They don't have the same type of impact, but they're both left-handed and they both mirror each other. So when D'Angelo Russell went to the Warriors, right? Why didn't it work out as well as many people thought with him and Steph, based on him being a playmaker, him being an okay shooter and everything like that? I'm just asking.
I mean, I don't think they didn't play that many games because Steph got hurt.
Steph did get hurt.
They played like 3 games to go.
Yeah, they didn't.
Wait,
play
Steph
that
got
many.
hurt that year?
He got hurt in 2020. Yeah,
and the roster was built terribly, but they played like 3 games together.
Yeah, they didn't.
Okay. But how did you see that playing out? Did you see it playing out good or as a good matchup?
What is like a playoff team?
Not a playoff team. I'm just saying the match.
That team was gonna compete.
Like, say that team full with Klay, Draymond, D'Angelo Russell, Steph. Well, how far would you have that team going?
Probably a third round.
And that's because of D'Angelo, right? And what in D'Angelo's game don't possess? Like, I don't know his 3-point percentage. I don't know. I know he averaged 20 points, but what in his game wouldn't translate in that Warrior system to you
defense.
Guys? His defense?
Yeah.
And they couldn't cover. You don't think they could have covered up that?
It's maybe too many weak points at that point. That's why they can't play Jordan Poole as many minutes as they do.
How much minutes does he play?
Jordan Poole
in each round in the playoffs.
Yeah, in the playoffs, he was after that. Like after the first 2 rounds, it was like you can't play him no more. Jordan Poole was barely cracking 20 points in the finals. They couldn't.
Interesting.
Very
interesting. So the Jordan Poole that we was just talking about, that you said played better with Klay, that you brought up to use your point, he wasn't even basically wasn't a factor in the finals. Right, basically wasn't a factor.
Yeah, I think in the finals it was more Curry, Wiggins, and Draymond, and really anybody else. Everybody else is even Klay was mid.
Klay was mid. Klay was for sure missing
Jordan
shots.
Poole was mid.
GP2 was good, but
GP2 was on in spurts, but everybody else was just It was just mid.
That's very interesting. That makes me like Klay Thompson even more. By the way, don't ask me why. It just does.
I don't know how Klay Thompson being mid. He was. I mean, I think he had 2, maybe 3 good shooting nights. One of which though was at the end of a game where it was practically over, and he
heat up. I remember that. But why we not like Klay haven't played in 2 years though?
All right, let's start. Dale. Let's go back before, bro. Go look at his postseason numbers. Like in 20,
and you see, this is like you guys look at the numbers and see all this stuff, but like I'm not sitting here. How did Manu Ginobili killed every playoffs? Like he played good.
I'm not saying every. The point I'm making though is that there's several times throughout Klay's career where he's had bad series. He's been on and off, and they still won pretty comfortably. And that's not to say that they didn't defend him because he was having a bad shooting series. It's just that his impact can vary drastically, and they could still win.
Do you think they win 2 championships with Manu? Do you think they win 2 championships with Manu?
Yes, you can.
Well, do you think they win the 10?
They won the first year with Manu shooting 38 and only scored 9 points.
But
they won in 2000. They won in 2005 where he shot 50 and 43%. Then they won in 2007 with him shooting.
He shot 50 and 43%.
He shot 50 and 43%. They won in 2007 where he shot 40% and 38%. Then in 2014 he shot 43 and 39%.
Yeah, but once the
numbers are very comparable.
But the huge gap between 2007 and 2014, Ginobili just wasn't the same play. He wasn't playing the same, and that was a gap in which they were not winning as much as they did before.
But they won it in 14, didn't they?
He was 36.
I'm saying between 2008 and 2014. So in his early 30s, they weren't winning anymore.
So his prime or his heyday, you think the Warriors would win 2000? You think the Warriors win 2 championships with him?
Yeah. Actually, you know what's even crazier? I don't think they lose 2016 if he's on their team.
I said the same thing.
I think they lose.
The year when they came back 3-1.
Yeah, I think they beat the Cavaliers if Manu Ginobili's on that roster
instead of Klay.
Yes.
No, sorry.
And the reason why
I just think Klay draws so much attention that I don't think Manu would. Manu could be attacking and penetrating or whatever you say. But
I'm telling you right now.
I think Manu's game domino effect will be different than a Klay Thompson, and this is what I believe.
I'm telling you, somebody who's watched that series 5 times in the last 2 years, and two times in the last 6 months. They weren't defending Klay with 2 people, or they weren't defending him with that much coverage. They were actually leaving him open fairly often throughout the 2016 finals, and he was missing a lot in the 2016 finals, which is fine if he's missing. But the problem is that once he's missing, there's not another layer of his game that he could go to that can be that impactful. There's just not.
I honestly, I get what you're saying, but when you said they were leaving Klay open, I don't care if I watch it and see it. I just wouldn't believe that. I would not believe that the Cleveland Cavaliers said we're leaving Klay Thompson open. I'm sorry. So after you said that,
can't we just handpick series where they're just leaving Manu Ginobili open as well? So
I'm not saying,
that's what you're doing. You're handpicking.
He's saying Manu Ginobili brings value in other areas.
That's what I'm saying. Even if Manu's having a bad shooting night, there's still other things that he could provide that's going to add it. And
I could say that Klay Thompson provides defense. That's something that
and Manu also plays defense.
Not the way that Klay Thompson does.
Yes, he does. Yes, he does.
Yeah, and that's
the way that Klay Thompson does.
No, I keep saying this. I keep saying this. Manu Ginobili was a menace on defense.
Thank you.
He really, and the thing about it is, it wasn't just on-ball defense. Manu was in the passing lane getting steals.
Bro, you also have to understand Europeans.
Charges too. Let's not sleep on
Ron, Menace is your word for the day. Hold on, JD. What you just said?
I say Europeans lock up.
Word to Dirk and word to Luka.
Lies, bro.
It's not lies.
Word to Dirk.
So what do you think?
Dirk and Luka are anomalies. You know that.
But to say that he's even on the same level as Klay Thompson is just a straight lie.
What level do you think? What level do you think Klay Thompson's on?
If Klay Thompson's a 10, Manu's a 6.
Klay Thompson's nowhere near 10.
No. If Klay Thompson is a 10,
talk about it again. Remember,
exactly.
Talked about it earlier in the show.
When you watch defense, you only watch the ball. It's the same reason you think Giannis isn't that much of a great defender, because you only.
What is the main?
Giannis is a good defender.
Wait. What is
whatever?
He's
Argentinian.
much more than just good. But if you say he's a 10, okay, then what is Manu then?
I say he's probably a 7.
No.
Like, come on, bro. You're not
going
to
say
that.
70% of Klay on defense.
No.
He is.
Even on the ball, I still think that's wrong.
No.
He is.
He does more than Klay on defense.
I guess that's where there's a disconnect, because the defensive gap between Manu and Klay is not that wide at all. Not even remotely close. Remotely close.
And I think it is.
Not even remotely close.
Based on what?
On how they play defense.
How does Klay play defense?
Because he's better at defense.
No, that's not. I never asked. How does he play defense? What's Klay's defense?
He's a better on-ball defender, Mars. I think if
the rest of defense,
LeBron talking about Klay Thompson on James Harden, I'm trusting Klay Thompson. Even though either way, James Harden's gonna get his no matter what. I'm trusting Klay Thompson guarding James Harden hands down more than Manu Ginobili guarding him.
And you know what? You know what? For one possession, I can understand you saying that. But over the course of a whole game, because what they're going to do is Klay's going to guard James Harden. He's going to come off a bunch of screens and pick and rolls and switches and stuff like that. So essentially, Klay's not really going to be guarding James that much. So now you got to rely on Klay being off the ball more. So it's like,
was Manu even guarding the star guys like that?
Well, no, Bruce Bowen existed.
Okay, then. So
what does that even prove? So
Klay
because someone's better than Manu, that means
Klay Thompson's a guy where that consistently they're having him on the star guy. No, I'm not
because back in the day they had no other choice. Like there was either on the perimeter, it was either going to be Curry or Harrison Barnes. Like that was Klay was the best option. That doesn't mean that
they had Iggy as well.
He's off the bench. When Iggy came in the game, Klay wasn't guarding nobody. They put Iggy on him. They put Iggy on the best player. Mm-hmm. So when Iggy came into the lineup, even if Klay was on the team,
let me ask you this: do you really trust Manu Ginobili to guard James Harden better than Klay Thompson?
Even if I were to say not better, they would be in the same ballpark.
I don't think so.
Klay notoriously struggles with players.
And you think
notoriously, and that's I didn't want to say that, Mars. Tell me a time when Klay Thompson actually stopped somebody. He's never done it.
I'm not saying he's stopping anybody.
A boost to his reputation because he's better than Steph Curry on the ball.
That's it.
He had to take more responsibility,
and he's an extremely willing defender.
The fact that you're a Warriors fan and you sit there and watch that and think, like, honestly,
yes, I watched Klay Thompson play defense, and I say he's not an all defense caliber player. That's all I've ever said.
The players were James Harden, the Kyrie Irvings, the this, that, and third. You're not stopping those type of players anyway.
I agree.
Like, you're not. So Manu, Klay, you're not stopping them. The fact of the matter is, in terms of moving your feet and how to body up and play defense, I've watched Klay Thompson play defense on the ball. You're bringing up backdoor cuts. I'm sorry. I don't know.
Dell, of course, they're not locking up the superstars. So then anyone else, it's the same. Then it's literally the same.
I'm bringing up the people we're talking about. So me watching, I think Klay Thompson, if you have to pick, you guard James Harden 10 possession, you guard Kyrie. I think Klay would get more stops in that setting than a Manu Ginobili. This is what I think.
Okay. I think. So what about when you factor in steals, blocks, and things of that nature?
No.
You have to factor that in. That's literally a turnover.
And Steph Curry lead the leagues in steals.
Let's just say hypothetically speaking, I agree. If you gave them 10 possessions, I think let's just say Klay gets 2 or 3, and Manu only gets 2. Like let's say it's 3 and 2.
Okay.
That one possession does not then usurp all the other value in which Ginobili is giving you.
And it could be the possession to win the game.
But how do we get to the point where
I don't know. We're speaking hypothetical. For me, it's the possession to win the game.
Well, the reason why we got in that situation is because the Warriors had to worry about, or the opposing team had to worry about only guarding Curry off the ball. They didn't have to worry about Klay. Klay's just sitting over in the side, moving around without the ball in his hands.
Isn't that off the ball?
Barely drawing any attention where I can give the ball to Manu, so we probably wouldn't even be in that situation in the first place, bro.
But perfect. Probably wouldn't. But that's a domino effect on other players on the court. All I'm saying, I do not think Manu Ginobili will fit as seamless as Klay Thompson does in that system. That is my biggest point. And people say, "Oh no, he wouldn't."
So Klay's better than Manu because Klay would be better.
No, Klay is just better at basketball than Manu to me.
Why do you keep bringing up the impact on Golden State then?
What do you mean?
Why is the big reason for you that Klay would be better on Golden State than Manu? Because I could use the same argument for Steph and
because
KD
the system
on Golden State.
Because JD had brought up the system into everything of the structures of the players, of Klay averaging more points because of 10 and 13 shots. And then I said, you put Klay with the Spurs, he'll still be very relevant, and Manu will be less relevant with the Warriors. That's how it came up.
I mean, Klay would shoot the same amount that Manu did on the Spurs.
I don't agree with that.
Back then?
I do not agree with that.
How's Klay generating?
Come on.
Automatically,
he's demanding more shots.
Let me ask you a question.
Tim Duncan, you're not shooting.
Wait, time out.
Tony Parker, give up the ball. Give me the ball. I'm Klay Thompson. Give me the ball.
It's not going like that. Time out. So back then, Klay and Manu shoot the same shot. So you're saying right now, Manu's averaging 17, 18 shots a game with the Warriors?
Why wouldn't he?
I'm just asking.
The Warriors, yes.
He probably is. But how's Klay generating these shots? Because he's not generating them for himself. So that means he's
the
relying
same
on
way
Tim
with
Duncan,
y'all high-low double down to Tim Duncan that y'all love so much, Klay Thompson. The same way Tony Parker penetrating click to Klay and he catch and shoot. Klay is literally catch and shoot. So he doesn't have to generate
on other people. Yes.
And other people.
Manu Ginobili is not dependent on other people. He creates for himself and others.
What?
How's
So
that
what?
not
What do you
better
say?
than
So we're trying to figure out how
so-
does he
so-
get to
Klay
18
being
shot
dependent on other people?
So Klay can't
The Spurs
get
also
6.
didn't run
How is
3-point
Klay being
plays as
dependent
often
on
as
other
the Warriors
people?
do.
Gonna get more shots than Manu
Well,
Ginobili, who's
honestly,
not
you
dependent
said
on
I
others
don't know.
and
No
can
one gave me
create
the
for himself.
stats, but I always go back to this: a shooter that was supremely in there, right, in the NBA Finals, which was Danny Green, that broke records shooting threes. I'm picturing Klay Thompson in that fold and him having more amount.
But that's a much more closer time. I was also gonna say, even back in like the early to mid 2000s, like the pace was so much slower that there's no way that he would be able to accumulate.
Yeah,
the
Klay in the
amount
mid
of,
20s.
like it's literally impossible.
But
Well,
Manu Ginobili's prime was
listen,
the
whenever I
end of
bring up
2000s.
the Klay and the Spurs system, I always go to the Danny Green. So if
Okay,
that's the time,
okay,
yeah,
I see
I
what you're
always
saying.
say
Okay.
I compare it to Danny Green almost becoming Finals MVP. I
But
always
Manu
say
Ginobili wasn't in his prime at that time.
He was 36.
Like he was old.
Yeah, but if you saying that system, I more understand.
He's
what
not
you're
Mars.
saying.
He's not comparing.
But I've only brought up that year of Danny Green. That's the only year I've ever brought up.
I see what you're saying. If you saying that,
now
then
you
I'm
see it
more
low.
understanding. I'm
Mars
more
sees
understanding.
it and everybody else sees it.
I'm
Of
more
course,
understanding
but
of that. But
if you drop
if you
Klay
drop Prime Manu
into
in that
Manu's
system, it's better.
era system, like literally whenever Manu played, it's gonna look the same. He's not gonna shoot more.
He's not going to shoot more in the early 2000s. He's like literally not.
All this came because I said Klay Thompson was in top 25.
Look what
Hey,
you started.
Look. First of all, Dale, man, I'm tired of you beating up on Mars. Let's get this out of here. Hey, B Mars, you gotta stand up for yourself, man. They're up there lying on you.
Mars stand up for himself all the time. It's better when he has.
I'm not really liking it.
It's better when he has his big brother to come here and help him out.
See, that's nasty.
It's not nasty. It's the truth. Why Mars a grown ass man? I presume he speaks of himself all the time. So now you're coming. I don't ever pick on Mars. But when Mars is sending his shots to Dub and the world, everybody sits there and laugh. Mars wants smoke. Dub, this, that, and the third. You come up here, Mars wants to scratch your fucking back.
Who do I send shots to?
Oh my god.
I'm just tired of it, man. Also, Gilbert Arenas was talking out his ass. And if I gotta go, I'll go. But yeah, Gilbert Arenas was talking out his ass. Ridiculous. And I could have only expected more or less from Dell.
I think
like he knows who coming from.
I think the main shit that was just off the wall for me was the minutes thing. I thought the minutes thing was a stupid ass point to use. That made zero sense.
What minutes? I didn't hear. My bad.
When Gilbert Arenas was like, "Oh, you got to play 34 plus minutes to be like here." It just didn't make any sense to me. But you can understand where he's coming from.
No, I can't actually, especially since it's well documented that the reason why is because his coach doesn't play him a certain amount of minutes. Like,
yeah, that's for sure. The coach, yeah.
But no, he's clearly gotten better. I mean, he's gotten
what was
much
Giannis's playoff minutes?
But the minutes thing, it was 40. This year was 40.
What is Gilbert talking about?
It would have been higher.
I don't know. I have no idea.
But
yeah, let's burn him out in the regular season. That makes sense.
No. The only sense I've got because I listened to that over again with the minutes thing, because I when Dub said I really listened. Could he be meaning like not like what JD just said, not burn them out, but the players that we're naming like the elite level that he's thinking about, they never they're playing like 30 or 39 and they stay at that consistent level. So of high level, of course. So is he trying to say imagine Giannis plays 38? Will he be the same level? That's the only thing I could have got from the minutes joint. Let's say Kobe or Mike or even KD before he ever got hurt. I don't know how much minutes they average, but if it's like 37, 38, is that putting more not tear on your body? Is that and they stick consistent? Is he saying if Giannis is playing these minutes throughout the year, they go into playoffs, will he look different? I don't know.
I think that would have to apply to a lot of different players. For example,
no, of course, 100%. But I'm saying the other players that
barely plays above 35,
and he didn't. And this is the thing, Gilbert. He didn't name a players for us to say who he thinks is the elite. We just know
said AI.
He said he did. He brought up AI. He brought up LeBron.
He did bring.
In terms of the minutes,
it wasn't in that clip.
In the minutes,
yes, it was.
If you in terms
we
of
watched
minutes,
it together, and that was my first time seeing it, bro. It was all in there. I don't know where your head was at.
I didn't hear him say no names, no player names, who he considered the elite.
Not only did he, but also Phil Handy brought up, which this is why it was also crazy.
In that same post,
this is all in the same post. I did a whole video on it. In the same post, Phil Handy brought up this is the crazy part.
So who was his
started
elite
with
players?
Kawhi. He started with Kawhi.
Oh, okay, I didn't see that.
Kawhi don't make no sense at all because Kawhi definitely ain't playing that many minutes in the regular season.
Right.
Then he said LeBron and KD. And he said there's a gap between da-da-da-da. And then when he got to the minutes part, he brought up Iverson, which also don't make no sense because if we talking about training your body, Iverson is notorious known for not taking training drills and practice series. He's notorious for that. So that didn't make no sense either. But in terms of a deep postseason run, but that's like me saying Kevin Durant, when he was in OKC, he played all those minutes in the regular season and it looked like a different player in the postseason. I'm going to blame that because he didn't train his body purpose, like on the right way. But then when he went to the Warriors and he was being coached by a different coach who believes in low management or not playing that many minutes, he was playing 33 minutes with the Warriors in the regular season. And he got to the postseason, he was playing like 35, 36, 37, 38. But I don't mean that he can't. I just don't like the correlation doesn't mean that he can't do it. It just means he has a coach that's understanding that it doesn't make any sense. The difference in playing somebody 38 minutes to 35 minutes in the regular season isn't meaningful enough to justify doing it. Like that's all that means. But Giannis has played 38 plus minutes in the playoffs before. He did it when Jason Kidd was his coach, and he went in the playoffs, and he still looked great. So I didn't understand that.
Nah, the minutes thing is weird as fuck. It is a weird take.
That take, and then to question Giannis's training was like, what are we doing? Like,
I could understand where he's coming from, where he's saying, oh, I don't think he really like understands how to get better. I could understand it because a lot of the same. Like, has Giannis really grown like that? As a score, as a
single
score.
year, Giannis has got better.
As a score,
his mid-range shot has gotten better.
Talk about JD. Do you remember last summer when I was notorious for coming on here and saying Giannis is gonna start shooting threes?
I think that shit is still ass, bro.
Last offseason, I was up here swearing that Giannis is gonna start hitting threes this year. And y'all like, oh, shut up. Giannis isn't about to start doing that. Ron, come on. The chat tripping off me. Ron, Giannis can't shoot. This, and this. I'm like, okay, what do you think he's doing this offseason? Just like every other offseason when he's progressively got better. He came back this year, started making threes. His percentage wasn't amazing, but he was making threes.
He shot
29, it was respectable.
He shot 29. Wait, let me see if I got this right. He shot 29%, the same thing he's been doing for the last 2 years.
It was respectable though. I
don't know if that's respectable. I'm not dying on that. I'm not dying on that. I'm not dying on that.
You can see the percentages from free and say there's not an improvement, but then the percentages from.
If I said impact, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to use that.
But did the volume increase though?
The volume did increase. I think he shot like 3.
Right.
3 a game.
The positive is he
shot
shooting them more.
4.7.
He's eventually that percentage is eventually gonna go up.
That point doesn't make sense. He shot 4.7 in 2020, then he shot 3.6 this year. So it's like it's still 29, it's still 30.
Okay, when are we gonna talk about that he improved as a mid-range shooter?
I mean, yeah, he did, but it's not like, no offense, it just doesn't wow me like. It's mid-range shooting.
It doesn't need to wow you. It's an improvement.
Exactly. That's not the argument. It's supposed
you said
to
he doesn't know how to improve. He's improved.
No, I did not say that. I said I could understand where he's coming from, but I'm not ready to jump off that cliff. I'm not jumping off that cliff.
I get, but what we're saying is that he's still improved. Like he undeniably improved as a mid-range shooter. He undeniably has improved as a passer. He's undeniably improved as a post player, and he's also undeniably improved as a defender. To say those things again classifies under this bag talk that everybody gets caught up in.
I think he's probably the same way he was a few years ago.
Are you talking about Gilbert said from he's a rookie to now?
Oh, okay, no. He's nasty in that aspect.
I think he's improved as a defender from his first MVP year.
I think he has as well. I think he's way more sound defensively now than he was 3-4 years ago.
I think he's smarter.
Much more. And that would be improving as a defender.
And that applies to everyone. You better be getting smarter.
But yeah, the point is he's improved.
But we all know the route where Gil is going. It has nothing to do with anything that you're talking about. It's strictly about scoring. We all know
he's still improved.
So, and he's still improved.
That mid-range, I'm sorry, the mid-range thing is not moving me. I don't, even though it's league average, it's not moving me at all.
But that's improvement though.
It's not good, bro.
And this is the problem I had is that for whatever reason, Giannis has to do this thing that everybody else doesn't have to do.
How does Giannis improve if being an average mid-range shooter from being a terrible one is an improvement? What does he need to do?
He has to be Kevin Durant. That's what he has to be. He has to be KD.
They want him to be KD.
They want him to be KD so bad. And there's been no other player in NBA history who's had to do this level of improvement to prove.
But
that
this
he's
is
the
the thing.
best
This
player.
is the thing. This is the thing, Lo. But this is the thing. We already walked through this. We already walked through this together. I think that there's definitely a strong case for Giannis to be the best because even though he hasn't developed in the way that Gil likes, I think it's kind of disrespectful for Gil to be coming him like that because the dominance that Giannis has overrides everything that fucking he's complaining
Very
about.
disrespectful.
So I think it's very disrespectful for Gil to say that he's not even in that class. So I mean,
why do y'all think they want him to be KD? That's confusing to me.
Oh wait, another thing. Nobody wants him to be KD.
Yeah,
a lot of people have him as the best player in the world.
I get it, Lo. You mean skillful?
Facetious.
You mean like skillful?
Yeah.
Like okay,
I'm being a bit facetious, but what I'm saying is when we sat there and acknowledged that he's improved as a mid-range shooter, and
what was his mid-range before? Like what?
They want him to be able to knock it down at the clip that
it went from like 35 to like 40.
No, it went from like 33 to 41. He's increased like 10% in like 3 years.
Oh, okay.
So to say that it hasn't improved is absurd. But like Dub just said, that ain't moving him. So it's like it's improved, but it has to improve a certain amount.
Like for sure, percentage wise, all that has improved. I'm just saying this is like y'all gonna hate this again. But if coaching staff or scouting report is and they say they'll give him the mid-range. This is what we'll live with. And I guess that's how Gilbert is. Yeah. He's trying to basically saying it like make it to as if they don't got to give you nothing on the court. But the fact that matters, if they still giving him this or not giving him this, and he still did dominant, you got to give him his respect.
But no player has something where because if you're a great player, defenses have to take away what you're best at, and they have to live with your things that you're not the best at.
What do you mean?
They do the same. Like I said with LeBron James, the same thing. They're going to live with jump shots over LeBron getting downhill. It doesn't mean LeBron hasn't improved as a shooter, but you live with
when LeBron going downhill in his prime is probably one of the greatest things you've seen. But I think I don't compare Braun and Giannis because I think in a half-court system, I think Braun in his prime is different than Giannis going downhill. Giannis going downhill is like transition rebound from like y'all said from half court giving the ball, but in a half-court set like playoff basketball when Giannis back in the day it was. When they got closer, it was harder. It was harder for Giannis, and he's been starting to figure out, I guess, by making his mid range a little bit better now.
What we're saying is that you saying that you take something away from Giannis, like, all right, yeah, you're gonna let him just shoot the ball and you'll live with that. That applies to everyone. That literally applies to everyone.
No, but when I say let, like, it's like for him to be that caliber player, it's like it's damn near sometimes daring him to do it. And I've never
and I'll say it's daring Kyrie to be a passer. It's daring LeBron to make shots. Like when LeBron was in his prime, the Spurs were daring him to make shots. Were they not?
Spurs was the only one going under on screens, making him to shoot threes. That's what you're talking about.
Yes.
But every NBA team didn't do that. Every NBA team was guarding Giannis the same. Back up. And run into my chest, and then of course he'll still get a foul or do what he does.
Well, if
team,
if LeBron was playing competent defensive units, like the Boston Celtics would also make him a shooter. Like I dare LeBron to shoot. Like they also did the same thing as well. So it's like
every time he played Boston, I feel like he cooked them. I just remember games he just doing whatever he wanted with them. So maybe you're right, but
I'm talking about around the same time, like 2011, 2012, 2013, when they also went to the finals to play like the Spurs. They were like saying they were daring him to be a shooter. Any elite level defensive team is going to be able to allow you to do what your weakest at. So again, it's like allowing LeBron to be a shooter. It's like allowing Kobe make the decision to pass the ball, which we know he may not be equipped to do at the same level as other players. So make him pass the ball. That's the way that several players have played, several teams have defended Kobe. It's the same way this year. Hey, make Kevin Durant work for it. Make him work for it. Bump him off his spot. Let him go left. That is what we're going to give him. Not to say that he can't go left, but if I were to give Kevin Durant something, it's going to be the left. If I'm going to give James Harden something, it's going to be the right. Like that's something that applies to everybody.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Low does make a fair. Low Mars does make a fair point with that.
What you just said, Low Mars.
Thank goodness, somebody defended.
Nah, Low Mars does make a good point with that. But I still think like LeBron. I'm still like LeBron was very much more improved as a mid-range shooter than Giannis.
Right, it just seems sooner. Sooner.
But was
nobody's
LeBron more
saying that,
impactful though? Just because he shoots the mid range better, was he more impactful? At the age of 27,
peak LeBron is more
peak
impactful.
LeBron is better.
Wait. Time out. No, I'm talking about at the age of 27. I'm not.
What? Mars? What? I'm not Mars. Ron, what?
27
was he?
2027 was his like second year in Miami when he was starting.
Turning my camera off.
It was the second year in Miami.
Yes.
Okay.
When LeBron went to Miami, he was still like 25, 26. Like, he was like second year Miami when he's
2012 LeBron is better than
Giannis. Which again is fine. Nobody's saying he has to peak as much, but it's like when Shaq was in his prime, nobody was saying like, Shaq needs to start.
I was gonna bring up Shaq.
Yeah, nobody. In all honesty, I think that's the problem. I think people view Giannis through the lens of a perimeter player because how perimeter oriented he is. But if we just accept
it's Shaq dominance. Yes, it is.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So, but when it was Shaq dominance, we understood his flaws, as egregious as they were, but we still accept the fact that he was just the best player in the league.
But this is okay. So. Isn't it because, like you just say, they accepted the fact back then for Shaq? In the NBA today, we have it, the market and everything. Don't you feel as if Shaq at a point in time was undeniable, Braun was undeniable, to the masses. Kobe was undeniable, and people gave Kobe, I want to say, probably only 4 years, maybe 4 or 5 years, maybe. Okay. And then it got right to Braun. But right now in the NBA, honestly, bro, I said this last time. It's a legitimate 5 to 6 players people think is the best player in basketball, and you might think it's unanimously Giannis, but it's never been like that. Braun had to run by himself for at least even today. Is people still thinking LeBron's the best player in the NBA? A lot of people.
2018.
And I get what you're saying, but that
you got KD, Jokic. I said I know Embiid. Steph Curry,
Embiid,
Giannis.
Oh my God, Jesus, man!
But that's your take on it.
No. But I can give you 3 players, maybe 4. But the point, I understand what you're saying. I would just argue that just means that the league is more talented than it was in other
understandably
eras.
So. But
the point I'm making is that even if what you're saying is right, nobody did not then say the reason why I can't allow Shaq to be the best player is because he doesn't do X, Y, Z, even with his weaknesses, right?
You're right in saying that, but then even let's go back then. When people are saying Kobe Bryant is the best one in the world, but he still got all these flaws, who they had probably as the second best player. So when you're looking at someone as the best,
what years? Give me the first year that you think Kobe was the best. Because the answer might be Tim Duncan. If you say 2004. They might have said Tim Duncan was his
that's where I'm going, because I'm thinking about the 3-peat, and then even he had a terrible finals against the Pistons.
They would say, they would say his comp was Tim Duncan, which at that time was a very legitimate argument to make if you're saying the flaws with Kobe.
But for her, and I'm old. I've never heard anyone say Tim Duncan's the best player in basketball. I've never heard that. So basically, what I'm saying, and right in saying
in 03.
And
you don't think nobody was saying 03 that Tim Duncan was the best player in basketball?
I don't think Shaq winning 3 in a row. No, I don't think no one Shaq at that time. I don't know. Shaq won.
No. Well, they had beat Shaq and Kobe en route to win in 03, and then he put up like one of the greatest performances. So you don't think after that nobody was saying that he was the best player in the league?
Probably, but I'm saying I didn't hear.
It was probably some people, but
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But then that kind of gets us to where
we get so much information now that you could every day someone thinks this person, and then they're doing the ESPN ranking.
And so that kind of gets us back to where he said before, where they were people making arguments that Tim Duncan was the best player, the same, and there might have been people saying Kobe, but we still didn't say Kobe can't be the best player because he don't pass like that, or Shaq can't be the best player. No, it's really Duncan, or maybe it's Iverson.
I've actually heard people saying Shaq can't be the best player because he can't shoot free throws. I've actually heard that.
But nobody wasn't running around saying he didn't improve.
Oh, but no one's saying what Gil was saying, and I'm not saying they are, but you're taking one person compared to the masses of what I'm comparing it to. Compared to the masses is everybody in our chat, everybody up here, probably everybody that goes through the circles. I know people in my group chats back at the crib, Giannis, KD, Braun still. It's all over the place with who they think is the best world. Those times we're thinking about more times than known. It was damn near close to being unanimous.
Luka.
I see. I think there's a reason for that, but we ain't got to touch upon that.
Not Luka.
Probably media. I think the media is pushing Giannis though.
No,
I think the media has Giannis.
I'm not gonna lie though.
Some issue with these foreign players, but that's a different story.
I don't think so at all. I think they love the foreign players.
For sure, of course they do. Of course they do, because they're trying to expand.
Listen, the last back-to-back MVPs foreign. You said what?
What I see the media talking about with guys like Giannis and Jokic compared to how they still push guys like KD and Steph.
Yeah, but Mars, that has nothing to do with where they're from. It's because they're at the top. You're going to talk about everyone that's at the top. Everyone gets
they don't talk about Jokic like.
But the media you're accompanying
they do.
Is a United States media. They're bringing. They're
Mars,
bringing
the
up,
media doesn't bash Jokic.
No, he talking about. But do they? Oh, let me not speak for Mars because I don't want Dale to be like,
they do not speak when we talk about best players in the NBA. The media that I see, Jokic is never really put in that conversation.
That's fine. That's fine.
But the same. I'm talking about the media.
They're talking about
that's the same media that votes him for MVP.
It's not the same media.
No, the
it's not the exact
TV
same media.
is not the one.
The people on TV, it's only like 3 or 4 people on TV who actually vote for MVP. Crazy enough.
Bro, Nick Wright gets a vote.
No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't.
He's been complaining that he doesn't have a vote for ages. He hates it.
Wow. Okay. Well,
it's honestly like. No, he doesn't. Skip Bayless. No, he doesn't.
No, he doesn't. Chris Broussard.
It's only like 4 people who only get votes
guys
on
I know
TV.
Honestly, they must have taken away Skip vote.
I don't know.
Skip Bayless has never had a vote. He's never had a vote.
Wow.
He's never had a vote.
I gotta Google
Stephen A. Smith just got a vote. Chris Broussard just got his vote 7 years ago.
When did Kendrick Perkins get one?
He doesn't have a vote either.
He shouldn't.
Jalen Rose just got a vote. It's only like 4 or 5 people. It's not that many people
guys
on
TV who I hear talking
they
don't
have
to say Anthony Davis is better than Jokic.
I'm not gonna lie. The way I view media is different from y'all because I include like everybody, like ESPN. You got TikTokers, podcasts.
Oh, somebody saying Perkins has a vote this year.
If he had a vote
right now,
if he had a vote this year, this was his first year. This is his first year.
Okay, because I'm like.
If he had one this year, this was his first year having.
I did hear he had a vote this year.
So the pushback on your like hate of like Jokic and Giannis, I'm not gonna lie. When I hear all the media talking, I think everybody gets just as much hate and just as much love as everybody else. I don't think it's just as clear cut. I think you probably hear a lot of the disrespect, maybe because you're a Jokic fan and you take that more lightly. But I hear good points for KD and bad points for him. I hear good points for Jokic and bad points for Jokic. I think it's just straight down the middle. There's just so many people talking about it.
I'll say this.
I don't include TikTok in that, but that's.
I'll say this, Dub. Though I'll say this, Dub. I agree with you. I think when you get to a certain level, like the host said, what's your name? The host? What's your name, host? No, what JD said, I agree. I think that there is like when you get to a certain level, you're gonna get that level of criticism, which is fine. I just think that there's not enough players who cape for Giannis and for Jokic like they do for KD. No. I'm talking about at a national level, not like on TikTok or like I'm talking about on a national level. There are not that many people that cape for Jokic and Giannis the way they cape for KD and LeBron.
That's what I'm
saying.
I could agree with that. But that's our circle.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with
you. That's because I've lived in Greece for 2 years and he's been the best player. It's ridiculous.
Of course.
Of course. Yeah.
But it's of course for us too. We're here.
But there's a bias towards. I was going to say I didn't want to bring it up. You're right.
Yeah. So that's the only reason. And the fact of the matter is a couple down there that think Bron's, a couple that thinks KD, but it's Giannis's world.
For sure.
In Serbia, I know it's Jokic's world.
Without a doubt. And nigga ran. He drove around in a carriage.
I actually think that was so dope.
It was dope. But I'm just saying, like, you know what I'm saying?
That come on, that humbleness, all
that.
So
Gauntlet put up a good point here. Like Steph before winning this ring, like he got a lot of disrespect as well.
I don't think Steph got disrespect. I see people adding Steph at the list of best player in the NBA.
Nah, y'all don't remember.
I'm talking before he
Steph
won a
would never win a
championship.
title again. Steph.
Steph was getting.
I will say I agree. Steph is another one that I just don't understand the hate for Steph. I just don't understand.
I think
was that?
People
Kellerman?
hate on Steph because he's small.
Nah, Nick Wright said
it was Kellerman.
Nick Wright said it.
Right. Crazy.
It was
that other dude on First Take. What's his name? He put the 0 up.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
that
I
don't
had
know,
never
yeah,
seen like from a team that already proven to win, for them to say they would never have a chance again to like, come on.
And
Yeah, that shit
honestly,
was
this
wild.
is why I be hating the media, because you can't knock KD's rings with them and then say when he leaves they will never have a chance to win.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That makes no sense. That's
backwards.
that's backwards as hell. Never
Yeah.
have a chance of winning. KD, them rings don't count. You have to join them. What? So why you think they have now that they won? Yeah, KD, we was right. But
I'll say, we ain't got to spend too much time on it. But I'll say this: like as soon as Curry won it, I feel like I heard a lot more of people saying
KD,
yeah, Curry. No. I'm talking about how they talk about Curry. Like even in the middle of it, they were saying Curry. After he won it, Curry. Bro, Giannis was in the middle of winning it. Bro, I was on the timeline and NBA players were saying, bro, if Chris Middleton does da-da-da, he might win finals MVP. Like Spencer Dinwiddie was saying, I was like,
that was nasty.
I remember that.
I
Yes,
saw the
I remember
craziest
that.
hypothetical about if Giannis got protocols because he
can Chris Middleton win? Like I was like, come on, what are we doing right
Oh,
now?
I can understand y'all. I
remember
understand
that.
why y'all say he
The
got
only
taken
other time
out.
I
I
ever
forgot
seen
about
that was AD. AD was wilding in the bubble finals, and then he missed like one game, and I'm like, oh yeah, it's Braun. That was the only time where I seen that was trying to push
but
mad
Giannis was in the midst of having one of the greatest performances we ever seen. They were like, but if Chris Middleton does, I'm like,
yeah, that was gross.
How does that?
That was
but
gross.
even going to AD after AD won a championship, after he won, after that we were having conversations of AD and Tim Duncan. Giannis wins one
and was nasty.
and
that was fucking nasty.
Yeah, and I'm not even justifying the AD and Tim Duncan
I
conversation.
I don't ever want none of y'all to ever even put. Look, if you say Tim Duncan's name, you better at least say 4 sentences before you say AD.
Hey, Ron, to be fair though, if AD wasn't riddled with injuries, you could have that conversation for sure. If he was playing,
time, easily. Don't do that. Let's not do that.
You see,
I'm not with you.
You see him at that time. And I promise you, there's nobody who made an argument for Giannis versus Tim Duncan. Nobody was doing that.
For sure.
But you know what's crazy? People
because of that ring.
People don't even look at Giannis.
Though, right?
Giannis' game is comparable to Tim Duncan as much as
is AD's game comparable to Tim Duncan?
It's more than Giannis. It is. Back to the
basket.
Who would you guys compare Giannis to?
Though? You know it's not comparable.
It's not.
Does Giannis even have a fair comparison?
Okay, so who would you compare Giannis to then?
Would you?
Oh, I think he's his own. Yeah. I think he's his own.
But nobody, but somebody, let's say
Shaq. The dominance is Shaq.
Right.
But let's say Magic Johnson. Nobody wasn't saying, "Ooh, Giannis and Magic." Nobody was saying that.
But Giannis
there might be someone out there.
Giannis jumped all the way to top 2, top 3 after that ring, though.
What?
In the NBA,
top two power forwards.
Oh, I was like top 2 all time.
He jumped up to top 2 power forward all time.
But you gotta understand too, like Giannis.
We
say the media stuff, we talk all this stuff, even about Kawhi, about Giannis, but Giannis still in the midst of his prime, and he's like, he had a 4 or 5 year stretch that's been crazy. He's already at Thompson in a matter of 4 or 5 years.
He might end up jumping.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He might end up jumping to that number 1 spot.
Well, he got 2 MVPs, 1 Defensive Player of the Year, 1 chip, 1 Finals MVP.
It's looking
Am I missing
scary.
something? It's ridiculous.
I mean, if without the All NBA and all defensive teams, more or less.
Right. I don't know those off top, but I know they're there.
Yeah. It's a bunch of them. Yeah. It's a crazy career. 27 years old.
Nah, 80 to Tim Duncan though. That's
But y'all remember that, right?
I don't remember that. But
I've had those conversations before at that time.
It was some weird conversation.
Dell has that.
I don't think it's weird
today.
At that time, I don't think it was weird.
That's weird as shit.
I don't.
Especially when he needed LeBron James to win it.
I mean, you can't do that though, because we were just talking about Manu. We was talking about Tony Parker too. So
no. But Tim Duncan won before Manu and Tony Parker got there. So let's try that again.
Okay. You talking about 99 against the Knicks?
Yes.
But he had David Robinson too though.
2003, Manu Ginobili and Tony Parker were not even close to Hall of Fame.
Not even.
No, I told you the stats for Ginobili. It was ass.
It was horrible.
Yeah, 2003. It was Tim Duncan, an old man David Robinson, and Tony Parker and Manu Ginobili, who just
in their rookie and sophomore seasons.
Yeah,
Manu was a rookie. Tony Parker was a sophomore.
Tony was getting busy though, that series.
Tony was getting what?
Tony was getting busy.
No, 05. 05 he was.
Yeah, 05 he was getting busy.
03 he wasn't getting down.
What is
Not
getting
like
down to?
05.
Well, let me
Tim
tell
Duncan.
you what's getting down.
What's he playing
what's
good?
getting down?
I'm not saying, and I don't know the stats off the top of my head.
Well,
and
what
I don't
is
have the
getting down?
website
You
that
tell me
guys
what
go
you
to
think
yet.
it is.
From what?
Ron.
Ron, just
I'm
say, oh, I meant 2005.
I'm
Digress,
thinking like,
digress,
no,
digress.
I'm thinking like 14, 15. I'm not saying he was averaging 30, but I'm saying like alongside David Robinson and Tim Duncan.
What's the shooting splits behind that 14?
I don't know. You guys go to your website that Dale keeps bringing up. I don't know.
What I'm saying is when you say getting busy, what shooting splits come along with getting busy?
I mean, his normal shooting splits, probably like 45 from the field.
Nah, Ron,
he was
don't
never
Ron,
an
Ron,
amazing
don't do it.
3-point shooter.
No, yo, let him say it. Let me talk.
No, I don't want him to do it. I don't want you to do it. Just
don't
just
do what?
digress.
Because right now I'm just predicting.
Digress.
I don't
digress.
It was.
Digress.
It's fine. It was 38% from the field. It was bad.
Okay, I mean,
45.
Sophomore playing in the championship.
I agree.
But how much did he average?
We're not holding it against him.
Yo,
We're just saying
the
Tim
14
Duncan
points
was-
you were right, but it was
14
38.
years. See, I knew it's so. Even with him doing that, people were still probably looking at Tony Parker like, "Oh, this dude gonna be a great player. He's gonna be a good player."
No,
you don't think so?
No.
So
a great player?
Wait, so you're looking at Matthew Dellavedova, you're like, he's gonna be a great player.
Yeah, but Matthew Dellavedova wasn't a sophomore though. Too, he wasn't a young boy just coming out of nowhere, starting at point guard next to two greats and winning a championship too.
A good player, maybe. I don't. At that point, I would not say he was a great. I can't say he was turning out to be a great player.
So what did he do in 2005?
2005, him and Ginobili were much better. What
year was he Finals MVP?
Manu Ginobili should have probably won Finals MVP. That's how great.
2007, Tony Parker was Finals MVP.
2000
deserved it, no, but he got it. So
2005, Ginobili's average in the finals on 19 points, shooting 49, 39 shooting splits, and Parker's still with the 14 on 46% shooting split.
Who got it that year? Duncan got it.
Duncan got it just off of defense, though, not really off his offensive
Timing of
production.
this super chat is nasty. I was trying to get us out of here, but we'll go through these next two and then we'll get up out of here. Sid, Steph has his impact on just being on the floor, every defender, and manager game plan specifically when Steph is playing for Warriors, and it's a fact. Steph has great handles and playmaking, which hides behind the 3-point.
He gave $400.
No. That was Indian
currency.
Rubles, I think.
Oh, I was about to say.
I was about to say it too. I was like, what?
Bruh,
I was
man.
about to say, JD, why you read that in such enthusiasm?
He just ran through that.
I would have for sure said something. That was, yeah. Bramento said, do you guys think Luka can be in the GOAT conversation if he gets a few championships and MVPs? By the way, Luka's better than Jokic and top 2 in the league. Since Luka's my guy, let me just tell you, there's no chance Luka's going to be in a GOAT conversation. I'm sorry.
Facts.
I would love
but,
it. But
you see, this is where the projection thing happens, right? Like after Braun 4 years, will we say we'll think he'll be in the GOAT conversation?
Yeah.
Because it wasn't in year 4 he made it to the finals, no?
Yeah.
His year 4 was finals. Luka year 4 was the Warriors.
He was called the chosen.
And
that's
fair too.
But
you see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so like
it was similar runs for both of them. It was very similar.
Right.
That's fair.
Here's what I'm going to say to this. And Dell, you're making a fair point, and I can get on board with the idea and the concept. The mountain is so high.
Oh, for sure. But
climb.
right. But that's
I see
how
what
it
you're
was
saying.
for Braun.
Yeah,
If he keep this same trajectory and bro, the Luka first 4 years, honestly, if you sit there and look at it, it's insane.
Oh, it's insane. It's
He's
Braun-esque for sure. It's Braun-esque.
It's not even just Braun-esque.
Exactly.
He put up similar regular season numbers to LeBron, and then postseason, similar postseason numbers to Michael Jordan. This shit is ridiculous.
Oh, it's
bro.
crazy.
That's all I'm saying. So let's say he go on a run, back-to-back MVP. He gets some chips. It's like
he got some MVPs coming too. Luka got a couple.
Yes,
the reason why I say this because after 07, I felt like I could clearly see improvement for LeBron. Like I saw LeBron, I was like, bro, you're that good, and you can still be a better shooter, defender, and 3-point shooter. Like with Luka, I'm not saying like he's completely finished, but I don't see him becoming like the level of defender that LeBron and Jordan were. Like I don't even like that would be. LeBron is like literally the best defender I've ever seen in my life, like eye-wise. Like when he's peaked, by far the best defender I've ever seen in my life.
Appreciate you.
KG.
I can't.
KG's the best defender I've seen in my life. Let me take that back. Look at Mars. Look at Mars.
I got Kobe. Honestly, I got Kobe over him.
I've said I have peak LeBron over Kobe.
Here's the thing with me is, and I've kind of been against this idea, but I also don't see how much further he can push in that. I think Luka, this is probably the Luka we're going to get for the next, 4 or 5 years where he's kind of at this point. So, like, is this his ceiling? I think there are things that he can improve on, that he's going to be a great player. But, bro, he's already averaging insane numbers. So it's like he's not going to go that much further in averaging his numbers. So now the only thing that he has to do to even get himself into that conversation is winning. It's the only thing he can do because number-wise, he is – I mean, it's comparable. So,
yo, JD, I'm going to say the same thing that Gilbert said about Giannis. Now, you guys calm down for a second because this was the only thing that I possibly did agree with Gilbert on is he said Giannis can get smarter, which is true. As you get older, you get smarter. Your IQ and Q increases.
For sure.
Luka's going to get his decision-making is going to only get better. He's going to get more precise with certain things. I think
this last season, his decision-making improved. Granted, it wasn't a massive improvement, and also he just needs to figure out how to keep his head in the game and stop losing his
things
cool.
like that. Yeah,
right. I agree.
And then also leadership as well. Just being all those little intangible things, even just defensive rotations. It's just certain little things that might not come up on the stat sheet and that we might not even notice. But as he does that, it's gonna elevate the way his teammates look at him. It's going to elevate them as just a culture of a team. And on top of that, they're just going to win more games. And
no cap. I'm with Low though. Like if the dude don't step up defensively, how can we put him over guys like MJ and LeBron, bro?
Nah, for sure.
Because I agree with y'all saying like the IQ will naturally come, but the defense, Michael Jordan and LeBron defensively are just too far ahead of a lot of people in the pack for me to say.
So. And I think this year, like we've saw what Luka's looking like, what he did to his body in the offseason. It's looking like he's slimmed down, so maybe he'll be able to move his feet a little bit better. You don't just get faster like that. Luka, so he's not going to be sliding his puppies like crazy, but he if he's going to be in a little bit better shape, then it's the endurance game, and so he can actually play defense a little bit longer in later stretches in the game. So. But yeah, I don't know. It's tough to see, but you just never know. So
Luka can play till 35, I presume.
Now the question should be:
I can't project injuries, but just based on your typical body, I think Luka can play till 34, 35. That's 12, 13 more seasons.
No, he can definitely. Yeah,
why not 45?
You know what he can do in that time?
Right, 45 is crazy.
Oh no, you missed it, Lo. You missed it. What the conversation we had?
Okay. Doug thinks LeBron can play till he's 50, Lo.
Not 45. 50, I think is the max, but 45.
50 is insane, bro. If he's suiting up at 50, then he's just the GOAT for.
I will definitely say he's the GOAT. I would definitely say if he get to 50, I can't even argue at that point.
There's no argument.
If he gets to 44, if he gets to 43, I'll hand it.
Everyone's gonna hate what we just said. They're like, longevity.
Nah, shut up. He get to 50, if he's suiting up at 50,
that's crazy. MJ could never.
Mark my words. The only reason he's gonna retire is just because he's tired of playing basketball. It's not because of his talents.
Yeah. All right, y'all. That was dope. Lo, thanks for tapping in as always, brother. Does anyone have anything to say before we sign out?
Mars, man, I appreciate all the good work you do on this platform, man. You always suiting up for the right side of the argument, man. I love it, man. I love it always, man.
God bless America.
Gridiron tonight, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard. 5 p.m.
Pacific, 8 Eastern. Y'all tap in. We're doing the top 60 players in the NFL right now. So I know y'all want to see some nasty stuff. Tap in. We got y'all.
We got some special guests as well, so definitely tune in for that.
Yes, sir. All right, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, do other things, man. Thank you guys for tapping in today. Today was awesome. We appreciate y'all, and we'll see you on. Is today Wednesday?
Yeah,
yes, Wednesday. It is. We'll see you on Sunday. Peace.